presenting the transcription feature, Superman. Look, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. And now, Superman, valiant fighter for truth and justice, mighty champion of the weak and the oppressed, who has appeared on Earth from the destroyed planet Krypton with a physical structure never before attained by mortal men. Superman, who is stronger than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet, and who walks about among other men disguised as mild Clark Kent, reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. As our story opens today, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen, Daily Planet copy boy, are returning home from their amazing adventures in the Caribbean Sea. Summoned back by Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet, they're traveling north in the luxury of a compartment aboard the Thunderbolt, crack streamliner of the Atlantic Railroad. Clark Kent eagerly turns the pages of a late newspaper, while Jimmy looks out the window. Neither one has a thought of danger. But even as the gleaming flyer slows down for a station, a voice from the past, unheard for months, travels over a secret wavelength. Listen.
Yes, we are calling YM. This is YM. What have you to report? Everything is in readiness. You have arranged for the automobile to be met? I have. Where is the transfer to be made? Have you discovered that? Yes. When the train reaches a small station known as... Never mind that. All I want to know is that everything has been done to ensure success. There must be no failure. We won't fail. Very well. When everything is finished, you will report back to me in the usual way. Do you understand? I understand. That is all.
I see business is booming in the big town, Jimmy. 3 murders and a jewel robbery. Oh, here. You want to see the comic page?
Oh, no thanks, Mr. Kent.
No? Oh. What about the baseball scores?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, you're a red-hot fan, aren't you? What's so interesting in the scenery? Where are we, anyway?
Oh, we just left a little place called Digbyville.
Oh?
Gee willikers.
What's the matter?
Look, Mr. Kent. See that highway that runs right alongside the tracks?
Yes?
Wait, you see those 2 cars? They're racing.
Say, they are traveling fast.
Yeah, faster than the train. They've gone right ahead of us.
Oh, well, that's just because we just pulled out of a station. When did we pick up speed?
Now they've gone. Can't see them anymore. What's that you were saying about a robbery?
Right here on the front page. Say nothing of the murders. Well, have we caught up with those speeding cars yet?
Nope, not yet. Can't see anything.
What was that? Sounded like a scream.
I heard glass breaking somewhere in this car.
Come on, Jimmy. Remember, we're newspaper men.
Right.
There's a story in this. We don't want to miss it.
I told you in this car. In the next compartment. Oh, look at that window, Mr. Kent. It's all smashed to bits.
What happened? What's going on?
Somebody threw a rock through the window.
No, it's all right, miss. Just take it easy.
What was it? Did it hit you?
Well, I was sitting right here reading my magazine, and all of a sudden something crashed through that window.
Call the conductor.
No, don't do that. Nobody's hurt.
I'm so frightened.
Jimmy, see if you can find what it was, eh? If it came through the window, it must be in this car.
Yeah, look under the seats. Chances are it was a rock tossed by some kid.
You find anything, Jimmy?
No, Mr. Kent.
Here, I'll help you.
All right.
Oh.
Hey.
Sorry, Jimmy. I didn't mean to bump you.
That's all right, Mr. Kent.
Go ahead. You keep on looking.
Please, have you found anything? What was it?
Don't you worry, miss. Just be glad it didn't hurt you, whatever it was.
Who are you? How did you get in here so fast?
Why, we're in the next compartment, the one next to yours. The boy and I, we heard you scream.
Couldn't help it.
And then we heard the crash of glass. Well, since I'm a newspaper reporter, I came running. Look, let me get you some water, will you?
No, thank you very much. I'm all right.
The conductor will be along pretty quick, lady. Everything will be all right, I'm sure.
I'm all right, I tell you. I'm so sorry to cause all this trouble.
Oh, shucks, lady, that's all right. No wonder it scared you. Maybe you'd better leave the door open now.
Can't you find the rock, Jimmy?
I mean, Mr. Kent, I can't find a thing.
No?
Whatever it was that came through that window, it's just vanished.
There's no rock? No stone?
Well, maybe there was, but it isn't here now.
Maybe it's out in the corridor. Miss, was the door open when the window broke, or don't you recall?
Well, yes. No. No, it wasn't open. I don't remember.
Guess it must have been open, or we wouldn't have heard things so plain.
Well, the door was open all right, young lady. I guess you're so mixed up you don't remember. You just walked in from down the car. I was behind you.
Yes, you're right. I just sat down my magazine.
Well, then maybe the stone rolled out in the corridor.
Nothing out there, Mr. Kent.
No?
I looked all over. I tell you, if anything did come in, it just vanished.
Well, how can that be? Where could it go?
Well, never mind, miss. It is a little queer, but it doesn't matter much.
But it does matter. It matters a great deal. I tell you it does.
Here comes the conductor. Come on, boys. Maybe we'd better get out of here and leave the little lady alone.
Yes, he's right. Come on, Jimmy. Let's go back where we belong.
Gee, Mr. Kent, aren't you going to stay and see the conductor? Maybe there's a story.
Oh, there's no story here, Jimmy. Let's go, huh?
Okay, Mr. Kent. It seems to me, even if there's a chance of a story, we ought to stay around and find
No,
out.
stop. I want to get back to our own compartment quickly.
Huh?
Hurry. Here we are. Close the door.
Right.
Well, there are one or two other angles that might make this a story, Jimmy. Even though our lady friend in the next compartment wasn't hit on the head.
What do you mean?
Well, for one thing, think back. Which came first, as you recall it? The crash of glass or the scream?
Glass, of course.
Oh? Are you sure?
Can't be, Mr. Kent. It must have come first. Why would she scream before she was frightened? Especially if she was reading a magazine.
Yes, that's just the point. Why did she scream first?
Did she?
Absolutely. She screamed and then the window crashed.
But what made her scream?
Yes, exactly. What did? If you ask me, she wasn't reading her magazine at all, Jimmy. She was looking out the window. And she screamed because of something she saw.
What?
Yes, and if you ask me, it wasn't a boy getting ready to throw a rock. Whatever it was, she knew what it meant. It was something terrible, a shock. And it tore a scream from her throat before she could check herself.
But if that's so, why didn't she tell us that? Why did she say she was reading a magazine?
Yes, that's the mystery, Jimmy. Why did she lie? What is she holding back? Yes, and that brings us to the next item. I think it's high time we had a look at the missile.
The what?
The missile, Jimmy. In other words, the object that came through the window.
Oh.
See here?
Golly, Mr. Kent, you had it all along.
Sure. What do you think I bumped you for? I had it, Jimmy. And I kept it because the minute I laid eyes on it, I knew it might be interesting. Now, let's have a look, huh?
Gee, it's a cloth package.
Package and a heavy package, like a bag of marbles. Careful now. I'm going to dump it out on the table. What?
Gee whiz.
Great Caesar's ghost. Precious stones, jewels worth a fortune. Jimmy, do you see that thing? That's a black diamond.
Mr. Kent, what? Golly, where did it come from? Whose is it?
Where's that newspaper, Jimmy?
Right here.
Didn't I say something about a big jewel robbery?
Uh-huh.
Where is that? Oh, yes. Here it is. Great Scott. $5 million worth of unmounted gems stolen from the foreign pavilion at the National Exposition.
And are these the gems?
Jimmy, they must be the same ones. Crown jewels from one of the most famous collections in the world. Worth $5 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Oh. I'll put them back in the bag.
Okay.
Carefully now. That's it. And hide the bag. Men commit murder for jewels like that, Jimmy. They may have done it to get them. They'll certainly do it to get them back.
Well, Mr. Kent.
What is it, Jimmy?
I just happened to think. Those cars. The ones I saw racing along the road.
Yes? Well, what about them?
Maybe that was them. Maybe one of them had the jewels and the other was chasing them.
What?
Remember? It was just after they got ahead of us that we heard the window break.
I'd forgotten, Jimmy. I believe you're right. I'm going out to have a look along the train. You hold on to the jewels and don't stir out of this compartment.
What are you going to do, Mr. Kent?
Oh, just look around. Maybe question that girl. You stay right here, Jimmy. Don't you move until I get back. And hide that bag.
Mr. Kent, don't be too long.
Don't worry. You'll be all right. Boy's right. Those speeding cars did have something to do with this.
I'd better look into it. And to do that, Clark Kent gives way to Superman. I'll fly back along the tracks and see what happened on the highway. Now, out this door. No one's looking. Good. Out we go. And up, and away!
Well, we are calling YM. YM speaking. Have you made the transfer? I regret to report that the transfer has failed. What you say? Failed? We followed the car. We delayed him. Prevented him from reaching the station. We did not make the transfer. Go on. What happened? There was a train came by and he threw the package of jewels through a window. Blundering fools. To a field. But no time to talk of that now. Which car and which window? We saw that. The car was 319. The third window down. Very well. I will take charge in person from now on. I will board the train myself and do what must be done. That is all. The yellow mask will not save.
The Yellow Mask, back from the past, the most dangerous of all international criminals, appears again with the crown jewels of a world-famous empire as his prize. What will happen aboard the train? Who is the mysterious girl? What will Superman find as he soars above the railway line, back along the way they have come? Tune in next time and follow the exciting story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Up in the sky! Look!
It's a plane!
It's a plane! It's Superman! And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who fights a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Returning from an adventure in the Caribbean Sea, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen found themselves head over heels in mystery. $5 million worth of stolen crown jewels were hurled through the window of the compartment adjoining theirs on the Atlantic Railroad's cracked Thunderbolt Express, almost hitting a young girl, sole occupant of the compartment. Recalling that two cars had been speeding along the highway near the railroad tracks, Kent, as Superman, left the train and flew back to see whether there was any connection between the cars and the jewels, leaving Jimmy alone in their compartment with the fabulous gems. But unknown to either of them, the Yellow Mask, after the $5 million treasure, has boarded the train and is at this very moment questioning the young girl, pretending to be a railroad detective. Listen.
Please go on, miss. You were saying?
I can't think. You're frightening me. Why do you look at me like that?
Do I? I don't mean to.
You stare as if you would look right through me. As if you thought I was lying.
Aren't you? Aren't you lying? Answer me.
Please go away. You're upsetting me. If you don't leave at once, I'll call the conductor.
I beg your pardon, miss. You see, we railroad detectives have to examine every possible clue. So you are not lying. Of course not.
I don't know what you mean.
Let me go on. When this thing came through the window, had you been looking out? Admiring the scenery?
No, I was reading a magazine.
You saw nothing out the window?
I tell you, I was reading.
You saw nothing?
Nothing.
And then the crash. It must have been very terrifying.
It was, believe me.
Very well. Go on. What next? What happened?
I don't remember. I screamed and people came running.
Yes, of course. People came running. And what did they find?
I don't understand you.
What did they find?
Oh, a broken window. Glass all over the compartment.
No. The object. The thing that broke the window. What was it?
I don't know.
Come now. Something must have shattered the glass.
I tell you, I don't know.
I want the truth, miss. There is no reason to hide anything. This is no fault of yours.
I'm not hiding anything. We searched. Everybody searched. But there was nothing. Nothing at all.
That's not possible. What do you think broke the window?
How should I know?
After the crash, who came running?
People in the car. A boy and a young man from a newspaper.
What? A reporter?
Yes.
What was he doing here?
I don't know. Traveling, perhaps. The boy was with him.
What's that? A newspaper reporter and a boy? How big a boy?
Oh, just a boy, possibly 12 or 13.
And this reporter, miss,
What did he look like?
You expect me to remember that? I was excited, almost hysterical.
Of course, naturally. But please try to remember. Was he very tall, broad-shouldered?
All I remember is that he wore glasses.
Glasses?
Yes.
This reporter, what did he do?
Oh, he was very kind. He looked all over for whatever came through the window. He and the boy both. On the floor, under the couch, even out in the corridor.
Excellent, miss. And then what?
They didn't find a thing.
They looked carefully, both of them?
Yes, everywhere.
Very interesting. So whatever it was that broke your window simply vanished. Is that what you tell me?
Yes.
Thank you, miss. I'm very much obliged to you. I mean, the railroad is obliged.
Is that all?
That is all. I shall now go and question the other passengers. For example, the man and the boy. Did you happen to notice which compartment they were in?
Yes, the one right next to mine.
Thank you, miss. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
That's quite all right.
Paul,
Yeah, I'm here.
have you looked over the rest of the car?
Yeah.
A compartment with a man and a boy. Have you found that?
A boy, yeah. In the next compartment, but there's no man. The boy's in there alone.
Alone? Is he? The man is gone?
There's no man with him.
Excellent, Paul. For the moment, we're in luck. Now look.
Yeah?
Go through the train. Examine every face. You remember that once before we encountered a news reporter named Clark Kent.
Yeah, I remember.
Go and look while I wait here in the vestibule. See if he's aboard.
All right. And if he is, what then?
Shadow him. Don't let him out of your sight. I believe I shall go in that compartment and have a talk with the boy. If he is alone, so much the better. Now go. Hurry.
Getting dark. Been gone almost an hour and I haven't found a thing. I've combed that highway 100 miles in each direction. If those cars were mixed up in this jewel business, they've gone now. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Looks like a fire on a back road. It is a fire. A burning car. There's been an accident. Have to look into this. Hello? Hello, anybody here? Anybody hurt?
Help.
I'm coming. What's the matter? Quick.
They got me. They got me all right. I fooled them anyway.
Quick, man. Tell me where you're hurt. What happened?
Jewels. Thought they got the jewels. But they didn't.
The jewels.
We was fighting. They stopped me on the road. Then the train came by. She was supposed to meet me on the back platform. She didn't.
She? Who is she?
I knew which car she was in. I kept fighting them off till the train caught up with us.
Listen, man. What are you talking about?
I fooled them. I slammed it right through the window. Even if they got me for it.
Who? Who was it?
They chased me. I thought I'd make the station before the train came in. That's what I was supposed to do, but they held me up. You tell her. That's what made me right. Done the best I could.
Look, listen to me. Who are you talking about? Who held you up? Who shot you? Quick.
It was after the jewels, too, but I beat him to it. The yellow mask sure got left this time.
What? Who did you say? The yellow mask? Is he back of this?
Yellow mask. Plenty smart. Wait till he meets her.
The yellow mask after the jewels. And Jimmy alone back there on the train. Got to get back before something happens. But I can't leave this poor chap. Wait. What's that? It's a police siren. They've seen the fire. They'll take care of him. And I can't have them finding me here. Not now. Up! Up! That girl. I knew she was mixed up in this. But the yellow mask. 10 to 1, he's on the train right now. Wait a minute. Jimmy's all by himself in that compartment. He's got to get back. Heaven only knows what's happening. Seconds may count. Faster! Faster!
Excellent, Paul. Back so soon. What have you found?
Nothing. He ain't anywhere around.
Don't be a fool. The train hasn't stopped since I got on. He must be on board.
I say no. I searched the whole train.
You missed him, I see. Never mind. Wait. I wonder if he's back in the compartment.
Maybe.
You sure he didn't pass you in the vestibule, boss?
Nobody came this way, but it's well to make sure. Come along. Stop. This is it. Listen carefully, Paul. You hear anyone talking inside?
No. I don't hear a thing. Wait a minute. Yes, I do, too.
Is it Kent? Is the boy talking to Kent?
Wait. No. I don't think it's Kent. Nah, it's the porter. The kid's telling him what he wants for supper.
I'd prefer to find him alone, but I can't wait. Either the boy or Kent may have picked up the jewels. And if they did, they're hidden in that compartment, and the boy will know where.
What'll I do, boss?
You wait in the corridor or in the vestibule. If the man I described to you, the one I think may be Kent, if he does come back, keep him away.
Keep him away, boss? How?
My dear Paul, however you think best. Believe me, I shall ask no questions.
Okay. But what if the kid won't talk? What if he puts up a holler?
He'll talk, Paul. I'll promise you that. And he won't yell, not even once. That is also a promise. Now then, keep your eyes open. And if Kent comes back...
Okay, boss. If he does, I know what to do.
Very well. Now, quiet. Is the door unlocked?
Must be. The porter just went in.
Quiet.
And some roast beef and French fried potatoes and a big glass of milk.
Yes.
Is that you, Mr. Kent? Oh. Who are you?
I am the railroad detective, Sergeant.
Oh, I thought it was Mr. Kent coming back. What do you want?
So, you thought it was Mr. Kent. Mr. Clark Kent of the Daily Planet, eh? Stay right where you are, Potter. Don't move.
Yes, sir, boss.
What's your name, son?
Jimmy Olsen. What do you want?
Where are the jewels?
What?
Don't play with me, boy, and don't cry out. Don't make a sound. Where are the jewels?
Why should I tell you? Who are you?
So, then they are here. As for who I am, I will tell you. The Yellow Mask.
Jimmy and the terrified porter alone in the compartment with the yellow mask, while Paul waits outside to forestall any possible assistance. Can Clark Kent, in the person of Superman, winging his way back along the miles of steel, return in time? And what of the mysterious young girl? Don't miss the next exciting chapter. Tune in again and follow the story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, who can bend steel in his bare hands, race a speeding bullet to its target, and who mingles with ordinary men disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Returning home from the south on the Atlantic Railroad's cracked Thunderbolt Express, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen run into a mysterious adventure. A moment after they notice two automobiles racing along the highway adjoining the railroad track, a package containing $5 million in stolen crown jewels is hurled through the window of the compartment adjoining theirs, a compartment occupied by a young girl. Kent, unseen, recovered the jewels, and suspecting they were hurled from one of the speeding cars, flew back along the track to see what he could learn. In the meantime, the Yellow Mask, international criminal who is after the gems, has boarded the train, questioned the girl, and learned that Kent and Jimmy occupy the next compartment. As our story continues today, Jimmy, alone in the compartment with only the porter, stares at the dark, menacing figure of the mask. Listen.
Thought that it was Mr. Kent, Mr. Clark Kent, of the Daily Planet.
Yeah, but who are you? You sound like a railroad detective.
Oh, you're right. I'm not a detective.
What are you doing here? Why are you looking at me like that?
Where are the jewels?
What?
Now, don't fool with me, boy. Don't cry out and don't make a sound. Where are the jewels?
What do you want them for? Who are you?
So, then they are here. And as for who I am, I will tell you. The Yellow Mask.
Yellow Mask?
Keep quiet. And you there in the corner, if I hear one sound out of you...
Yes.
Now then, boy, hand them over at once.
What jewels? I don't know what you're talking about.
Too late. You know what I'm talking about. The jewels are here, in this compartment. Give them to me, be quick.
You can't frighten me. If you think the jewels are here, go ahead and find them.
Give me the jewels.
Go ahead and find them.
Now, don't try to run. Quick, give me that package of jewels.
All I've got to say is you better be out of here before Clark Kent comes back.
Clark Kent, eh? Well, nothing would please me better than to meet him face to face. I have a little score to settle with Clark Kent.
He's not afraid of you.
Now stop the chatter and hand over that package of jewels.
Not much.
Yes, you will. For the last time, boy.
Keep away. Don't you touch me. Don't you dare. You lay a hand on me, I'll yell my head off.
Yell once, boy. Just once. And you'll never yell again.
Oh, Lord.
Now keep quiet, Porter.
You don't dare hurt me.
No, you think not. Come here, you. Well, now, maybe you're right.
I knew you wouldn't dare.
There's a better way. Much better. You're a very brave boy. Too brave to be frightened. I don't think that I could make you tell me where the jewels are if you didn't want to. But you will want to.
That's what you think.
I say yes. And why? Because, besides being brave, you are also loyal. Loyal to your friends.
What do you mean?
You would not wish them to come to harm. Especially your friend, Clark Kent. You see?
You're just trying to mix me up. Better get out of here pretty quick, too, because Mr. Kent will be back soon.
I hope not, Jimmy. For your sake and his sake both.
His sake? What are you talking
Now
about?
listen to me. Just outside this compartment, waiting in the vestibule, is a man named Paul. You know Paul?
No.
Too bad. A pity. He's very faithful. Always does exactly what I tell him. And this time, I told him that if Mr. Clark Kent returned while I was still in this room, to take care of Mr. Kent with a knife.
You wouldn't do it. You couldn't.
Mr. Kent walks into that vestibule before you and I have finished our talk. Are you listening?
No. No.
He will never walk anywhere again. Never. Now.
Stop him. Don't let him.
Where are the jewels?
Wait. Here they are. Right here in this package. Take them quick and go.
Thank you, Jimmy. You are a very smart boy. And now I'll leave you. I see the train is slowing down for a station. How very convenient.
Yes, my friend, isn't it? So convenient for me. Don't move. Don't turn around. I have a gun here. It's small, but good.
She has, too. She's not lying.
Give me that package, my friend. It was never yours, you know.
No, I won't give it up.
All right. One little pull of this trigger.
No. No, here, take it.
Thank you.
You she-devil.
I'm going now, but before I leave, I'll just make sure that you stay.
You hit him over the head with your gun.
Lordy.
He sounded like a light. He's dead. What do we do?
There's the train. Just pulling into a station. Thank heavens. I only hope nothing's happened to Jimmy. Ah, and there's our car. Now down. I'll swoop down and hang onto the side of the car and force open one of the doors to the vestibule. Quick, before it stops. Now. There. Almost in. There we are. Now to get it closed again. And now for Jimmy.
Oh, this way, quick!
That voice. It's the mask.
Mr. Clark, look out!
That's Jimmy in the compartment. Back to Clark Kent. Fast. Jimmy, I'm coming.
Mr. Kent, are you hurt? Did he get you?
Who get me?
The Yellow Mask. He was in here. Look there on the platform. He jumped right through the open window when the train stopped.
How did he get in here? Jimmy, where is he? Got to catch him.
Oh, no, wait till I tell you. He came after the jewels, and I gave him the package.
Jimmy, why did
Wait
you...
till I tell you. And just as he was going out, that girl came. She had a gun and she took the package right away from him.
What?
Then she hit him over the head with a gun. Knocked him goofy.
The girl knocked out the yellow man?
Yeah, and when the train stopped, he jumped up and drove out the window.
Quick, Jimmy. Which way did the girl go?
I don't know, but the mask's after her.
Great Scott. We're moving away from the station.
Mr. Kent, wait.
Wait, nothing. Those jewels are stolen. We've got to catch her.
No, you don't. Wait till I tell you, Mr. Kent. Look.
Great Scott. The jewels.
Mr. Kent, she didn't get them after all. And neither did the mask. I had them right in my pocket all the time. Wasn't that pretty smart?
What? You did... Jimmy. Boy, I'm proud of you.
All they got was the package, Mr. Kent. Wrapped up nice. Just the way it came through the window. I thought I'd better be prepared for something like what happened, so I just put the jewels right in my pocket the minute you left the car. Say, I wonder what the mask and the girl will do when they find out.
That's her car up ahead. Faster, Paul.
We'll get it, boss.
Clever, I'll say that for her. But she won't live long enough to profit by it.
She's turning up a back road. Maybe she thinks she'll lose us.
Catching up. Look, Paul. Look. She's stopping.
Yeah, maybe something wrong with her car. Careful, boss. She's tricky.
People trick me only once, Paul. She won't do it again.
Look, she's standing right down the road. Look, see her in the headlight?
Stop. Pull up. Let me have your gun. No need to go any further. Stand right where you are.
Why, certainly.
You fooled me very cleverly before, back there in the train. But not now, I think.
No, not now, my friend. Are you looking for something?
I think you know what I'm looking for. Hand over that package.
Package? Certainly. Here, catch it.
You gave me a chase, but I've got them now. Congratulations, miss, on having done your best.
Yes, but my best and your best, too, is not quite good enough.
What do you mean?
Why do you think I stopped?
You realized you were caught? What else?
Oh, no. I stopped because I found out what's in that package. Maybe it'll stop you, too. Open it.
Empty. What have you done with the jewels?
What have I done with them? Ask your friend. Ask that young man from the newspaper. Or even better, ask that smart little boy.
You're trying to fool me again. You got them in your car.
If that's so, why do you think I stopped? My car's plenty fast. Do you think I stopped to chat? No, my friend. I stopped because I found out. And because I wanted you to find out, too.
I see. At the moment, we score another for my friend, Mr. Clark Kent.
Oh, Clark Kent. I'll remember that. I don't think I like Mr. Kent.
Nor I. He has interfered with me before.
This is the first time I've met him. But it won't be the last.
You're a very clever girl. I said so before. And I think that we both have the same goal.
Go on.
I don't make bargains. But this time, I'm going to break my rule. You give me your help against Clark Kent. Help me get the crown jewels.
Yes?
And when we do get them, I give you half. Well?
How do I know you'll do what you say?
Jewels are nothing to me. They're merely a means to an end. But Clark Kent, this time he must not stand in my way. Well, what do you say?
I say yes, we'll work together. And now come. I have a plan already. While the train is still on the way to the city...
Paul, bring up the car.
Listen, this Clark Kent doesn't know who he's up against now, but he'll learn. Oh, yes, he certainly will learn. Come, my friend. Come along while I tell you how.
Streamlined thunderbolt roars on its way toward the distant city, while Jimmy and Kent congratulate themselves on their luck and Jimmy's resourcefulness. But already a new and sinister combination is forming to work swiftly for the recovery of the jewels. What plan has the mysterious girl in mind? What strange power will she use to further the designs of the Yellow Mask? Don't miss the next exciting installment. Tune in next time and follow the story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Guys, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! And now, Superman, valiant fighter for truth and justice, who came to Earth from the destroyed planet Krypton, possessed of a physical structure never before attained by mortal men. Superman, who is stronger than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet, and who walks about among ordinary men disguised as mild Clark Kent, reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. As you remember, Kent and Jimmy Olsen were returning home on the cracked Thunderbolt Express when a package of world-famous jewels stolen from a national exposition was hurled through a window of the car. In the resulting confusion, Kent secretly recovered the jewels, but almost at once ran into startling developments. First, the package was apparently intended for a mysterious girl sitting beside the shattered window. And second, the Yellow Mask, dangerous international criminal, is also after the jewels. Breaking in on Jimmy, whom Kent has left alone in a compartment, the mask forced the boy to give up the packet, just as the mysterious girl appeared behind him with a revolver, relieved him of his plunder, and vanished. Returning, Kent found Jimmy in high spirits. He had given the mask an empty package. The precious jewels were still in his pocket. And now the mask and the girl are both off the train and out of the way. But are they? The train roars through the night. Jimmy and Kent sit chatting in the brightly lighted compartment. Listen.
Jimmy, I still can't quite believe it. Would you mind telling me again just how it happened?
Golly, Mr. Kent, I hardly know myself.
What made you take the jewels out of the package and put them in your pocket?
Gosh, I don't know. I guess it was just a hunch.
You're wasting your talents, Jimmy. You should be a fortune teller. Go on, what did the mask do then?
He didn't have time to do a thing. I'd given him the package, without the jewels, of course.
Was that when the girl came in?
Yeah. I guess she'd been standing at the door listening. And boy, she sure didn't waste any time.
Very clever young lady. And then what happened?
Well, the train was slowing down for a station, and she kind of listened for a second, and
then she hit the mask over the head with her gun.
Oh, yeah, and how? Knocked him out cold. And then she skipped.
Mm-hmm. What was the porter doing all this while?
You mean the waiter from the diner?
Yes.
See, Mr. Kent, he was scared stiff. The minute the girl left, he dashed down like a streak of lightning. Then the mask came to, got up off the floor, jumped out of the window after the girl. Well, guess that's that.
No, Jimmy. I'm afraid this is just the beginning.
Golly, Mr. Kent, what do you mean?
We've still got what the Yellow Mask wants. And if I know him, it won't be long before he catches up with the girl and learns that we still have the jewels.
Oh, but by that time, we'll be safely home.
Well, I hope you're right, Jimmy.
Golly, who's that?
Careful. Are the jewels hidden?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Telegram, sir.
What did he say? Telegram?
Okay, just a minute. Yes, what is it?
Telegram, sir. Conductor said it might be for you. Your name, Kent? Clark Kent?
Clark Kent, that's right.
Sign here, please.
All right.
Gee, Mr. Kent. Oh, who do you suppose it's from?
I'll tell you right away. Well, what do you know?
What?
Jimmy, it's from Mr. White.
Our Mr. White?
Uh-huh.
The editor of the Daily Planet?
None other.
Gee, how did he know where we were? What's he saying?
Oh, editors always know where you are. It's part of their business. As for what he says, well, it seems we've got an assignment.
Oh, boy. What is it?
Listen. Clark Kent aboard Thunderbolt Express Atlantic Railway. Leave train Minorville. Spend night Grand Hotel. Stop. Wait in room for phone call from me. Special assignment. Utmost secrecy vital. Signed, Perry White.
Is that all?
That's all.
Golly, Mr. Kent. I wonder what's up.
Well, you know as much as I do, Jimmy. We're to get off at Minorville and spend the night at the Grand Hotel.
Where is Minorville? I mean, is it close?
It's the next stop. You better start packing your bag. Why I reached us just in time.
Mr. Kent, I just happened to think. The telegram doesn't mention me, does it?
No, why?
Well, I want to... I mean, do you think Mr. White wants me to stop over, too?
Well, he doesn't say so, but he knows you're with me. Yes, of course. You'll get off at Minorville, too, Jimmy. Now, hurry up with those bags. I think we're almost there.
Yes? This is who I am.
Who is it?
Go on. Excellent. Yes.
Who's that? I'm at the hotel, yes.
Excellent, Paul. Nothing more now. You'll remain on call.
Well?
So far, all is well. Our friends received the telegram.
Good.
Left the train at Minerville and are now registered at the Grand Hotel.
Good. I told you it would work.
Apparently, they suspect nothing. You're a clever girl. Now, what's the next step?
That, my friend, is up to you. You have some members of your staff here.
Yes, of course, that was one of them who called.
Very well. Put them in the hotel and let them get to work. It shouldn't be difficult.
Well, I don't know. That fellow Kent, he somehow manages to squeeze out of tight places.
We're not interested in Kent. All we want is the jewels. Don't tell me your organization isn't equipped to handle a little matter of burglary.
I don't suppose you'd care to tackle the job yourself, would you?
Hardly, my friend. Unfortunately, both my pallants and I are rather well known.
Excuse me, please. Yes? Well? What do you say? Are you sure? That complicates matters considerably. Very well, remain where you are. You'll hear from me.
Well, what's the trouble now?
A slight impediment to your excellent suggestions.
What do you mean?
Particularly as concerns that little matter of burglary.
Where are you driving us?
By a most unhappy coincidence, the Grand Hotel on this particular evening is packed with policemen.
Policemen? But why? What for?
Purely coincidence, my dear, but still unhappy. It seems the hotel has a guest.
That's very bright and so unusual. Now, what are the policemen doing there? Holding a convention?
No, it seems that a distinguished ambassador, a representative from abroad, is a guest at the Grand Hotel.
Are you serious?
Entirely. And because this distinguished foreign representative is spending the night there, the Grand Hotel has arranged for police on every floor.
I see. Well, that does make it a little more difficult, doesn't it?
A trifle, yes.
But not impossible.
No? Unfortunately, my people are also known to the police.
In that case, I shall have to do it myself after all.
Excellent. Will you pose as a ghost and pass unseen through walls?
Don't be a fool. I need your help, not your wit.
Forgive me. I am yours to command.
This won't be easy, but I think we can handle it. Our problem is to make our way through a cordon with police, find the jewels, and get out again.
If you can do that while Kent and that boy are in their room...
Kent and the boy will know nothing until it's too late. Now tell me, you said you were well acquainted in Minerville. Have you friends here, people you can trust?
Of course, but what...
Never mind. You'll see how things can be done with finesse and quickly. You get on that phone. Call your friends. I'll need 2 men and a woman. There's no time to lose.
There, Jimmy. That seems to do it. Now let's see if we can open the safe again. There.
That's perfect. How'd you happen to get me a room with a wall safe, Mr. Kent?
Oh, pure luck, Jimmy. This room used to be occupied by a local jeweler. He had the safe put in. Too bad we couldn't get a double room.
It doesn't matter. Our rooms connect. So did you find out who's on the other side of you?
Yes, one of the foreign ambassador's secretaries. You've got a clergyman next to you, a missionary, Reverend Marvin.
Well, then I guess the jewels are pretty safe. With a cop on every floor, a minister next to me, and a secretary next to you.
Well, I'm not worried about the jewels. There is one thing that puzzles me.
What's that, Mr. Kent?
The mysterious assignment Mr. White spoke of in his telegram. I can't imagine what it might be. Wish his phone call would come through.
Golly. Maybe somebody's going to try to kill the ambassador. Maybe Mr. White got a tip.
Oh, Jimmy, don't let your imagination run away with you. However, it might have something to do with the ambassador. Well, no use sitting up waiting. You got the jewels?
Mm-hmm. Right here, Mr. Kent.
All right, chuck the package in the safe and spin the knob.
All right.
That's it. There. Well, you might as well turn in now, Jimmy. Fellow your age needs lots of sleep.
Please, Mr. Kent. What if the call comes? Can I wait up?
Jimmy, don't be unreasonable. Mr. White calls, I'll wake you. That's a promise. Say, wonder what all the racket's about outside.
I'm in the hall. What's that? Mr. Kent, it's in the next room.
Wait, don't go out.
We could open the door, couldn't we? Just to see.
All right, just a crack.
Golly, Mr. Kent. I wonder what's going on.
Wait, Jimmy, wait. Here comes the room clerk. We'll ask him what's going on next door. Anything wrong?
No, nothing's wrong, Mr. Kent. Reverend Marvin's doing us a favor and giving up his room.
The missionary? What for?
A special guest requires a big room, and the Reverend said he didn't mind going somewhere else. Oh, here she comes now.
Look, Mr. Kent. They're wheeling someone in.
Quiet, not so loud, Jimmy.
Golly. It's a lady. Wonder what's the matter with her. What are all the nurses for
Well,
there?
she's probably very sick, Jimmy. Now, let's not stand here gawking.
I know you were particular about who was in the rooms next to you, Mr. Kent, but I don't think you need worry. You won't be disturbed.
I wasn't worrying about that.
It's just for overnight, you know. Seems there wasn't room in the hospital, and she's moving on in the morning.
Poor woman.
Paralyzed from the neck down, but I understand she'll recover. Wonderful things they do nowadays. Well, good night, Mr. Kent. 8:30, you said?
Yes, that's right, 8:30. Good night.
Gee, it must be tough not to be able to move your arms and legs. The doctors cure her.
Oh, I'm sure they will, Jimmy. Well, come on, we've got to get up early. Let's turn in.
All right. What time are we getting up, Mr. Kent?
Did you hear me tell the room clerk? 8:30. Hit the hay now, young fella. If you want anything during the night or hear anything, you just yell. I'll be right in the next room.
Okay, Mr. Kent. Good night. I'm going to set my little alarm clock, too. Just in case the room clerk forgets to call us. Gee, it's almost midnight.
I thought for a moment he was wakening. He's only mumbling in his sleep. Now, where's that wall safe? Oh, here it is. And they call this a safe. With these tools, getting it open is a cinch.
Has the mysterious girl made good her boast to the Yellow Mask? Is it she who, in the dark stillness of the night, is working at the wall safe in Jimmy's room? What will happen? Tune in next time and follow the exciting story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! And now, Superman, strange visitor from another world who came to Earth when the planet Krypton was destroyed by quakes and explosions. Superman, who can bend steel in his bare hands, leap tall buildings at a single bound, and who mingles with ordinary men disguised as mild Clark Kent, news reporter. Returning home from their adventures in the South Seas, Kent and Jimmy Olsen recover a packet of world-famous crown jewels which have been stolen from a national exposition. As they're wondering what to do next, a sudden wire from Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet, orders them to leave the train and spend the night at the Grand Hotel in the city of Minorville, there to wait for a telephone call. Unknown to either of them, however, the telegram is the work of the Yellow Mask and his new partner in crime, a mysterious girl who is also interested in the stolen jewels. In adjoining rooms, Jimmy and Kent retire for the night, with $5 million worth of precious gems locked in a wall safe in Jimmy's room. But even as the young copy boy falls into a deep, exhausted slumber, his door opens quietly, and a mysterious figure slips through the darkness. The following morning...
All right.
Hey, Jimmy, what's the matter with you? Can't you hear the phone?
Huh? Oh, golly, I didn't know what it was. I'll answer it. Hello? Huh? Oh, yeah, thanks. It's the clerk. He says it's 8:30. There goes my alarm clock. I must have been sleeping like a log. Oh, boy.
I'll say you were. That phone rang 10 times if it rang once. All right, now, come on. Hop out of bed.
All right. Oh,
Great Scott.
what's the matter?
Look at that safe. It's wide open.
The jewels.
The jewels are gone.
Well-
Get into your clothes, Jimmy. Hurry. You've got to work fast. Come on, kid. Get into your clothes.
Watch your step, please. Going down.
Come on, Jimmy. Get in.
Okay, Mr. Kent. Gee, Mr. Kent, I don't understand it. How could anyone have done it?
Not so loud, Jimmy. It's fairly easy to see how it was done. Someone sneaked into your room in the middle of the night and opened the safe.
But how? Why didn't it wake me up?
Well, that's one of the things I can't understand myself.
Mr. Kent, do you think it could have been either of the people in the rooms next to us?
No, hardly. One of them is a well-known diplomat, and the other was that poor paralyzed woman.
Please go along. Watch your step, please.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Well, first of all, we'll go to the front desk and report the theft.
Are you going to tell them about the jewels? You going to break the story?
I have to, I'm afraid. It isn't our story anymore. Then we'll wait for that long-distance call I put through to Mr. White. Maybe he can explain a few things that puzzle me. Oh.
Miss Clark Kent, call for Mr. Kent.
Am I here, boy? Jimmy, that's the call now.
Yeah.
Long distance, Mr. Kent.
Yes.
Take right here in the booth, please.
Thank you, boy. Now, look here, Jimmy.
Yeah?
You go ahead to the room clerk's desk and wait for me. But don't you say a word to anybody.
All right.
Hello?
Hello. Harry White speaking.
Mr. White, this is Clark Kent.
Kent? Well. Voice from the other world. How are you?
Fine, thanks. I hated to call you, Mr. White, after what you said, but I had to.
I can't hear you very well. Where are you?
I'm in Minorville.
Where? Minorville.
Uh-huh.
What's going on in Minorville?
Oh, plenty, but not what you think. Or maybe it was what you expected.
Kent, what are you talking about? I've been waiting for you to get back here to work.
But your telegram. The one you sent me on the train.
What? I didn't send you any telegram.
Well, didn't you send me a wire telling me to stop at the Grand Hotel in Minorville and wait for a call?
Not me. Somebody's pulled your leg, Kent. Not the 1st of April, either. Where's young Jimmy?
Oh, he's here with me.
Hurry home, Kent. Got a whale of a story breaking here any minute. Right up your alley.
Okay, Mr. White, we'll be there.
Wait a minute. What was it you called me about?
Well, I can't tell you now. Not after what you just told me. You'll know all about it as soon as I see you. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, Kent.
Mr. Kent.
Jimmy, listen. I've just been talking with Mr. White, and that telegram was a fake. He didn't know a thing about it.
That's not all. Wait till you hear what I just found
You
out.
realize what it means? The Yellow Mask must have sent that wire himself.
Yeah, and the Yellow Mask stole the jewels. Or that girl.
What? How do you know?
I heard about it while you were in the phone booth. Boy, is this hotel in an uproar. Mr. Kent, that lady, you know, the one in the next room who was wheeled in all bundled up?
Yeah, the sick girl?
Sick my foot. Mr. Kent, she did it.
What?
And I'll bet you she was the same girl who was in the train.
Oh, wait, hold on, Jimmy. What makes you think that?
Her being paralyzed was all a fake. I just heard the clerk talking about it. But
I don't understand.
when the clerk went on up to her room early this morning to see if she needed anything, the room was empty.
Nobody there at all? Not even the nurse?
No, but that thing they wheeled her in on was there and all the blankets. And something else.
What?
A set of burglar tools.
Oh, I see. Well, Jimmy, they're one up on us. But they haven't licked us. Not yet.
Yeah, but they've got the jewels, Mr. Kent.
Yes, they've got them now, but they won't have them for long. 2 to 1, that girl's taking the early train for the city.
Sure she has, but what are we
There's
going
not
to
another train till afternoon. I found that out last night. Now, Jimmy, we've got to get there ahead of her and meet that train when it comes in.
Mr. Kent, my gosh, how can we?
Just one way. Fly.
Oh.
Come on, Jimmy. Quick. Down to the airport. Maybe we can hire a plane.
How are we doing, Mr. Kent?
I don't know, Jimmy. It's going to be touch and go. The train had almost 2 hours start on us.
We ought to be catching up on it now. Where's Craig traveling?
Yes, but remember, we've got to have half an hour at least after we land to get from the airport to the station.
See, why don't you call ahead to Mr. White?
Huh?
If we don't make it, he could get to the station himself in trailer.
How could he? He's never seen her.
Oh. Hey, what's over there to the east, Mr. Kent? Isn't that a tower?
Jimmy, you're right. It's the Parkway building. Look how it stands up there through the fog. Well, it means we're home.
Yeah. 30 stories high, and nobody in it. Why is that, Mr. Kent? Why has the Parkway building always been deserted?
I'll explain that some other time, Jimmy. It's quite a story. Right now, I've got all I can do handling this plane.
Boy, some flyer, all right. Where are we heading, Mr. Kent?
I've set her down at the Eastern Airport. Then we'll grab a cab for the terminal. Must be quite a crosswind.
Are we drifting?
Yes, we are. Trying to bring her around, but we're heading straight for the tower.
Look at it. A layer of fog all over the city. Look, Mr. Kent. Tower sticks up through it like a lighthouse.
Yeah, I am looking.
It's funny. Never guessed there was a great big city underneath that gray blanket of fog, would you? Hey, aren't we kind of high, Mr. Kent?
Well, I've been coming in at 15,000. Don't want to bother the transports. Now we start dropping.
Hey, Mr. Kent, the motor's missing.
Yes, that's queer. Got plenty of gas. Speed lines must be fouled.
Listen to it, Mr. Kent. What'll we do? Mr. Kent.
It's all right, Jimmy. It's all right. I'll glide her down. If I can ever get out of this wind.
Mr. Kent, look. We're heading straight for the tower.
Yeah, I know. Can't seem to get her out of it.
Oh, you're driving on purpose? Golly, Mr. Kent. The motor. It's dead. Mr. Kent, the motor's dead.
Steady, Jimmy. Steady. We'll be all right.
But we're diving. We're going like a bullet. Mr. Kent.
Jimmy, I can't bring her out of it. Something's pulling us. It's the wind. Crosswind.
The tower. Look, it's coming right up at us, Mr. Kent. Mr. Kent.
Sit tight, Jimmy. I'll get her out of this. I'll get her out of it and land in the marsh. Hang on.
Second section, Fall City, Dodgetown, Minerville, track number 9, Southern Limited.
Now then, Jimmy, we're here. We made it just in time.
Oh, well, we lucky. I don't see yet how you got the plane down, Mr. Kent. What was it that pulled us around so?
We'll go into that later. Got something else on hand right now. Right back at that pillar, quick.
What are we heading for? That girl comes down. Aren't you going to stop her?
Stop her? No.
Why not?
Jimmy, use your head. That girl's working with the yellow mask, or at least we think she is.
Boy, we know it.
All right. If we follow her and see where she goes, maybe we can find the yellow mask himself.
Golly, Mr. Kent. Do you think so?
Well, it's worth the chance.
Yeah, but she'll be looking for us.
No, she won't. She thinks we're still back in Minerville. Jimmy, look.
Huh?
There she comes right now.
Yeah, it's her, all right. She's walking plenty fast.
Right now, watch her. See where she's heading.
Mr. Kent, look. She's walking toward the subway.
Yes, Jimmy. There she goes down the stairs. Come on, we've got to follow her, quick.
Millville, line, Newfield, track number 10.
Jimmy, she's still on the train? I don't want to look myself. She might recognize me if she saw us both together.
Yeah, she's still there, Mr. Kent.
Good.
She's sitting way down at the end of the last car. I can see her through the connecting doors.
All right, all we can do is watch and stick with her, but keep your eyes open at every station. Well, she's still there?
Yeah, still there, Mr. Kent. Yeah, right in the same place. What are the lights off for? Why's the train stopped? We're not at the station yet.
Oh, it's all right. I'm just waiting for the all-clear signal before pulling into the station. There. Here we go again. Keep your eyes open, Jimmy. Is she getting up? Sneak a look.
I don't think so. For Pete's sake.
What's the matter? Careful.
Mr. Kent, look.
What?
Look, what you see isn't there. She's gone.
It can't be. She must be there.
But she isn't. Look for yourself.
Come on, into that car. This just isn't so. Well, we've been through every car on the train.
Yeah, there isn't a sign of her. Wait, Mr. Kent, stop the train. She's fallen off. Pull the cord.
No, she didn't fall. She knew what she was doing. She did it deliberately. Jimmy, that girl's back there in the tunnel, and I've got a hunch I know why she slipped off the train at that spot.
What is Clark Kent's hunch about the mysterious girl's disappearance? Did she fall from the moving subway train? Or did she, as Kent believes, slip off deliberately? And if she left of her own accord, what secret is concealed in the darkness of the tunnel? Don't forget to tune in next time for more thrills and high excitement. Tune in and follow the story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Superman.
And now Superman, champion of the weak and the oppressed, valiant fighter for truth and justice, faster than an airplane, stronger than a locomotive, who appeared on Earth from the planet Krypton and who mingled with ordinary men disguised as mild Clark Kent, news reporter for a great metropolitan paper. When we last saw them, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen, copy boy for the Daily Planet, had become even more deeply involved in the curious adventure of the stolen crown jewels, which had come to them utterly without warning on the railroad train. Flying home from Minerville, where they had been held by a fake telegram from the Yellow Mask, their plane had almost crashed in the powerful cross-current that drew them to the tower of a deserted skyscraper. But Kent managed to land safely, and they hurried to the railroad station to meet the incoming train, arriving just in time to see the mysterious girl, ally and assistant of the Mask himself, cross the waiting room and head toward the subway. But in the subway, the mystery suddenly deepened. Between stations, in the inky blackness of the tunnel, either by accident or design, the girl vanished into thin air, taking the jewels with her and leaving Kent and Jimmy completely baffled. As our story continues today, they have returned to the offices of the Daily Planet, and Kent has just finished telling his amazing tale to Editor White. Suddenly, he stops.
Mr. White, is something wrong?
You're pale as a ghost. Do you want some water?
No, I'm all right, really. Just stay where you are, Jimmy.
You sure? Jimmy's right. You are pale.
Nothing but excitement, Kent. Believe me.
What was that you were saying? About your plane. You say it crashed?
Oh, no, it didn't actually, but we came mighty close to cracking up.
It wasn't his fault, Mr. White. Mr. Kent's a swell pilot.
Never mind that. Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, someone stole the jewels from Jimmy's hotel room in Minorville. And then
No. Never mind that. Never mind. The plane.
Oh. Well, as I said, I'd chartered this two-seater, and we were almost in.
We could even see the Parkway Tower, Mr. White.
Go on, Kent.
All of a sudden, I ran into this curious crosswind. Blew me straight for the Parkway Tower. I tried everything, but I couldn't pull out of it.
I saw that old tower coming closer and closer, and I was scared stiff.
Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Jimmy. I was mighty scared myself.
Then what happened, Kent?
I just barely pulled out of it, Mr. White. Missed the tower by an eyelash and landed in the Parkway Marsh.
Good heavens.
Narrow squeak, all right.
I wasn't thinking of that. Of course, I am thankful you escaped, but it's mighty curious.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
Coincidence. A simply amazing coincidence. Or possibly not a coincidence at all. Now, look here, Kent. What you've been telling me is almost exactly what I was going to tell you, just as soon as you'd finished.
What do you mean?
Airplanes out of control. Unaccountable crashes. Only you two got out of it. And the others? Well, the others aren't anywhere at all. And the curious part of it is, they were mixed up with jewels, too.
Well, I still don't understand, Mr. White.
Kent, this is a most amazing mystery. And here it is in a nutshell. During the past month, 4 planes coming into the city, specially chartered air expresses carrying valuable loads of jewels and precious stones, have never arrived.
Never arrived. But you said they were coming into the city.
Just so, Jimmy. Each of them was practically inside the city limits. Several thousand feet up, of course, in full communication by two-way radio. And then, suddenly, nothing.
But that's not possible.
Radio breaks off. Complete silence. And they never arrived.
Cracked up?
No. Vanished. Disappeared.
But if they're that close, well, why can't people see them?
That's the catch. Always, without fail, the accidents, if they are accidents, have happened on rainy, foggy nights. Low ceiling, poor visibility, as if someone had picked those nights deliberately.
I see. And you think...
I don't know what to think, Kent. But it suddenly flashed into my mind while you were talking that if the yellow mask is back of your own adventure, and you say he is...
Oh, yeah, Mr. White, I saw him myself.
Well, then, there's a possibility that he's back of this, too. I can hardly wait to see Wentworth.
What? Why Wentworth? Hasn't he arrived from Manaus yet?
But he left there long before we did.
Oh, yes, he's been back some time. He's been covering these mysterious disappearances and flying in this evening, very soon now, with the Air Express from the south.
That's so. Well, I'll be glad to see Bill.
He's been flying on various routes for a week. I couldn't see that it was proving anything, but he insisted that if he could find out what was happening, it would be the scoop of the year.
Well, it certainly would. If the mask is mixed up in this, Mr. White, it's going to be plenty hard to uncover the story.
Tell me, Mr. Kent, do you suppose Mr. Whitewood's found out anything?
He's due in half an hour, maybe sooner. And if he does know anything, we'll know about it soon enough.
Mr. White, where's he coming in?
Eastern Airport. Why, Kent?
Where's he coming from?
Garden City.
That's from the southeast. Great Scott, I wonder...
Wonder what, Mr. Kent?
Nothing. Mr. White, I'm going down to the airport to meet Wentworth when he gets in. You don't mind, do you?
Well, of course not, Ken. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Kent, may I come too?
Yes, come on, Jimmy. Even if we don't find anything, you'll at least get to see how an airport works.
Well, good luck to you, Kent. It's a bad evening. Looks like more rain. I hope nothing happens.
JR calling. YM has received report from the southeast. All preliminaries have been successfully carried out. Weather station reports fog and rain. Visibility poor. Ceiling 400. Conditions are now perfect. Reception station reports plane coming in at 9,000. YM orders that all posts stand by for action.
Golly, Mr. Kent, this is some place, all right. What do they do over there?
This is the central control tower, Jimmy. And you're a mighty lucky boy to be allowed inside it. Now stand still and don't get in anybody's way.
Yeah, but what goes on? What are they doing?
Well, you saw all those planes out on the runways.
Yeah.
And the ones coming down all the time.
Sure, but what does that got to do?
Well, the men in here tell them when to take off and tell the others how to come in.
Oh.
Attention, please. Passengers for Flight 6, Lockport, Calverton and the West. Now loading at Gate 4.
That's one of the big transports, Jimmy. Oh, look, here comes the chief operator.
Evening, Kent.
Hello, Mac. Any word yet from that plane Bill Wentworth's in?
Let's see. That'll be Flight 9 from Garden City. Anybody got Flight 9?
Yeah, I just made Little River.
Little River. Yeah, that's about 10 miles out. Over the flats. Yeah, I'll be here in a minute now. By the way, Kent, any news? You know.
Nothing so far, Mac. But that's why we're here.
Well, I hope you're here for nothing. But I don't know.
What do you mean, Mr. Mac?
Don't know. Same sort of a night, dark and foggy. Low ceiling.
Hey, Chief. There's that beam again.
Hold it and call the federal men. Quick.
Now she's gone again. What's he talking about?
Wild beam. You know how pilots ride the radio beam in, don't you?
Oh, sure.
Well, every once in a while, we pick up this beam that doesn't seem to come from anywhere. Just running wild. Coming in where there shouldn't be any beam at all.
Is there no way of tracing it?
Not much. That's why we try to get the federal operators to pick it up. Might be able to plot it. Confound it anyway.
What's the trouble, Mac?
I don't like it, Kent. Is the boy all right?
You mean Jimmy?
Yeah. Can he keep things to himself?
Well, of course I can.
I'll answer for him, Mac.
Well, this is it. You know about those missing planes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we picked up that beam each time before it happened.
Only on those nights?
No, we've had it since. But every night there was a missing plane, we heard it. I don't like it, Kent.
Flight 9 from Pardon City, crossing Schuyler's Creek at 12,000.
There's your plane, Kent. Coming in now. Come on over. I'm going to handle this from now on myself.
Come on, Jimmy, and keep out of the way.
Okay.
Flight 9. Calling Flight 9. Come in, please.
Flight 9, coming in at 10,000.
Flight 9. Down to 8,000.
What's he doing now, Mr. Kent?
Telling the pilot what levels to come in at, Jimmy. That's so we won't interfere with anybody else. Mac, ask him how the weather is, will you?
Yeah, sure. Flight 9. Please report on weather where you are now. Come in, please.
Rain squalls, low fog, light easterly winds.
Rain and fog, Kent. He's right over the city now. Looks like this is the time we guessed wrong. Don't see what can happen to him now.
Hey, Chief. There's that beam. Listen. Catch it yourself.
Mac, what is it?
Got it. Right here. It's on the same wavelength. Flight 9. Calling Flight 9. Come in, Flight 9.
Flight 9. This is Flight 9. This is...
Well, what's happened?
It stopped. Flight 9. Calling Flight 9. Come in, please.
Mr. Kent, what's happened?
Well, Mac?
Flight 9. Calling Flight 9. Come in, please. Come in. I'm afraid I didn't guess wrong after all, Kent. Wentworth's plane is gone. Just like all the others.
I'm all right, Mr. Kent.
Oh, take it easy, Jimmy.
Well, Mr. Wentworth, do you think it was the yellow mask?
Jimmy, I don't know. I can only guess.
Mr. Kent, what do you mean?
I've been doing a little thinking, Jimmy. Do you know where you are? Right now, I mean.
Sure. We're on the Parkway flat.
I thought you needed a bit of a walk before we went back to the office.
Yeah, I sure did. Thanks, Mr. Kent.
That's all right, Jimmy. But look, I didn't come this way by accident. Look over there. Tell me what you see.
I don't see much of anything. It's rainy and dark and all.
I'll keep looking.
Oh, yeah, I see the Parkway Tower. What of it?
Queer place, Jimmy. 30 stories high, the tallest building in the city. Remember that?
Sure, I started asking about it back in the plane.
And the very day it was finished, it was closed up tighter than a drum. Ever since, it's been deserted.
Why, Mr. Kent? Why do they ever put up that big building and then just let it go or abandon it?
Well, there are several reasons, Jimmy. First, there was a fight between different interests for control. Then it was pretty far out from the center of town.
It sort of stands all by itself. It's a great big skeleton, all alone.
I wonder. Jimmy, when our plane was pulled off its course, we were almost carried right into that tower.
Yeah, but you said it was crosswinds.
And when Bill Wentworth's plane came in tonight, on a line from the southeast, the tower was right in its path.
Golly, Mr. Kent, you don't mean...
But that isn't all. Think back, Jimmy. When the girl got away from us in the subway, remember that?
I say I do. But what does that got
You
to do?
remember the station?
Hmm.
No? Well, I do. Jimmy, that girl left the train just where the subway tunnel travels under the Parkway Tower.
What? Golly.
Just so. It all ties in together. And Jimmy, unless I'm very much mistaken, the secret of the jewel robbery and the missing planes and the hiding place, maybe the whole headquarters of the Yellow Mask and his gang, is there in that deserted skyscraper. And with your help, Jimmy, I'm going to find out.
Amazed, Jimmy stands in the rain and stares toward the dim shaft of the Parkway Tower, hidden in coiling wreaths of fog. Is Kent right? Is it really the hiding place of the Yellow Mask? And what does Kent mean by asking Jimmy's help? What excitement waits in the dim corridors of an abandoned skyscraper? Tune in next time and follow the exciting story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman. Guys, look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman! And And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth possessed of physical powers far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, who can bend steel in his bare hands, race a speeding bullet to its target, and who wages a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Much has happened since a package containing $5 million worth of stolen jewels was hurled through a window of the train on which Kent and Jimmy Olsen were riding. The two people who were after the jewels, a mysterious young woman and the Yellow Mask, deadly international criminal, have joined forces in the masked headquarters an abandoned skyscraper known as the Parkway Tower. Listen.
So this is where you hang out. I must say, if I were trying to keep something undercover, I wouldn't operate from a 30-story office building, even if it is deserted.
On the contrary, my dear, I could have chosen no better spot. The police would never think of looking for me here.
Oh, maybe you're right, but I don't like it. Let's get our business over with.
What's your hurry? You're perfectly safe.
I know, but I still don't like it. Where's my cut? You said I could have it in cash.
Of course. But we don't want to break off our pleasant relationship so abruptly, do we? As a matter of fact, I don't even know your name.
What difference does that make? All I want is my cut, and I'll go.
But I don't want you to go. You're a very clever girl, and I can use clever people to good advantage. I can show you how to make millions. And not only that, but I can give you power. Power beyond belief.
Sometimes you talk like you're crazy. Come on, pony up.
You don't believe me? Well, I'll show you. You see that safe in the corner?
Yes, I see it.
Watch while I open it. Now, look inside.
Oh.
Precious gems. Diamonds and rubies and emeralds. Enough to pay a king's ransom. Now you can see that the jewels you helped me recover from that reporter Kent were as nothing against this treasure.
Where did you get them all?
Oh, they came to me like flies to a honeypot.
I don't understand.
A few moments ago, you wondered why I maintained headquarters in this abandoned skyscraper.
What's that got to do with the jewels?
A great deal. One of the main reasons this 30-story building was abandoned soon after it was built was the fact that a large plot of land directly in front of it is a quagmire of quicksand. You know what quicksand is, don't you?
Yes, it's wet sand that you sink into and can't get out of.
Precisely.
Even a child knows that.
But this quicksand is very deep, and anything that falls into it vanishes forever.
What are you driving at?
Have patience, my dear. As you know, the Eastern Airport is less than a mile from this building. I learned through reliable sources that a fabulous fortune in precious gems was being flown to the National Jewelry Exposition from all parts of the country.
I knew that, too.
Yes, but you did nothing about it. I, on the other hand, decided to gain possession of those gems.
How?
Very simply. You know, of course, that when fog and rain blanket the sky, modern transport planes fly blind. That is to say, they follow a radio beam into an airport.
Yes, go on.
Well, I simply created a false radio beam for the planes carrying the jewels. One with 10 times the power of the true beam coming from the airport control tower. A radio beam that led each of the transports down into the deadly quicksand.
You don't mean that.
Every word of it. Thus far, 5 planes have vanished like a puff of smoke, never to be seen again.
But the jewels, how'd you recover them?
Before the planes sank. My men have been trained to work fast.
How many men have you here?
At present, only 2. A radio operator and a night watchman. My work is practically over. With the fortune represented by the jewels in that safe, I can gain what only money can buy. Power. Power over all living men. And, my dear, I should like you to share that power with me.
You say there are only 2 men in the building besides yourself?
Yes, a watchman in the lobby and a radio operator in the tower. We're practically alone.
That's all I wanted to know. Put your hands up.
Why, what's the matter? Why, what do you mean by this? Why are you pointing a gun at me?
Yes. And don't be misled by the size of the gun. It's little, but powerful.
I warn you, you're making a big mistake.
Oh, no, this is one mistake you made, my murderous friend. And one mistake your list of regrets. Turn around.
Don't be a fool, young woman.
I said turn around. That's better. I must say it was very considerate of you having a suitcase here all ready for me. I'll just relieve you of your precious jewels and bid you a not-so-fond farewell.
You'll pay for this.
Don't move. I have a very nervous finger on this trigger. That does it. The suitcase is a trifle heavy, but I think I can manage it.
Why, you little double-crossing...
You're the last person in the world to talk, Mr. Mask. A killer who sends innocent people to cold-blooded death. A half-mad murderer who stops at nothing. Just being in the same room with you sickens me. Well, now, goodbye and good riddance.
You think you're clever, don't you? Well, you're not. You'll never get out of here alive. My watchman has orders to shoot anyone who leaves the building without my permission.
Well, thanks for telling me. I'll wait just long enough for you to give him the order or let me out.
Never.
Step over to that phone and make it fast.
No, I won't.
How does the muzzle of a gun feel in your back, huh?
All right. You win.
Don't say the wrong thing or you're a dead man.
Hello?
Harmon.
Yeah, Chief.
Harmon, a young woman is coming down.
Yeah?
Tell him to let me out.
Let her out, Harmon.
Okay, Chief.
Hang up. And now, just to make sure you don't change that order before I reach the lobby, I'll just pull this telephone wire out.
For the last time, I warn you, young woman, you're courting death. The yellow mask. Never forget.
Perfect. I want you to remember every moment of this. Remember how a woman outwitted you. I suppose I should pull a bullet through your head. I don't even want your tainted blood on my hands. I see there's a key in the door. Locking you in will give me enough time to get away. So long.
Oh, stop it.
Clutching the suitcase containing a fabulous fortune in stolen gems, the mysterious girl races down the steps of the abandoned skyscraper, leaving the yellow mask helpless behind a locked door. But even as she nears the lobby, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen start across the weed-grown field that separates the Parkway Tower from the main road. A light, misty rain is falling. Listen.
What makes you think we'll find anything in that deserted building, Mr. Kent?
I don't know, Jimmy. Call it a hunch if you want to.
Must be more than a hunch.
Well, maybe it is. I was thinking while we were in the control tower at the airport. Practically eyewitnesses to the strange disappearance of that transport plane. All the ships that have vanished were headed in the general direction of the Parkway Tower. Suddenly, they were never heard from again.
Right, Mr. Kent.
And if you remember, Jimmy, that mysterious girl on the train, the one we followed into the subway...
She disappeared, too.
Uh-huh.
The subway stopped in the tunnel and the lights went out. One second she was sitting there, and the next second she was gone.
Exactly. What you don't know is that she disappeared while a subway train stopped near a station that has never been used. The Parkway Tower station, directly underneath the skyscraper.
No kidding.
Uh-huh. That's why I think it's well worth our time to see what we can find in the Parkway Tower.
Well, it really doesn't look like much from here.
Uh-huh.
Not a light in the place.
Well, don't move.
What is it?
Thought I heard voices. Crouch down.
Perhaps something wet.
Quiet. Someone's coming out of the building.
I can't see through the fog.
I can. It's a woman carrying a suitcase. She's coming this way.
I see her now. Gee, Mr. Kent, do you think
I not only think, Jimmy, I know. It's the girl we met on the train. The one who relieved the yellow mask of those stolen jewels. We're in luck. Now keep low until she's close by.
Okay. This is exciting.
Quiet. Here she comes. Get ready. Good evening. I think we've met before. You remember?
You must be mistaken.
Oh, no, he isn't. You're the one who hit the yellow mask in the head and took the jewels.
Don't know what you're talking about. Let me by.
You know what we're talking about. Where are those stolen jewels?
I tell you, you're mistaken. I'm an airline hostess, and I must report to the flying field. I'm late now. Oh, here, I'll show you my identification card. I have it right here in my handbag. Don't move.
Oh, that's your identification, eh? A gun?
Yes, and I know how to use it, in case you're wondering.
I don't doubt it.
All right. Now, I don't want to have to hurt you or the kids, so stay right where you are. If you try to follow me, you'll get it. Understand?
I think you've made it clear.
And don't forget it.
She's getting away, Mr. Kent. On account of that gun.
Don't worry, Jimmy. She won't get away. Now, you stay here. Don't budge from this spot. I'll follow her.
she'll shoot you.
No, she won't. Now, promise me you won't budge from this spot no matter what happens.
I promise.
Good boy. I'll be back in a few minutes with the girl.
Okay, I'll be there.
Suppose I could have snatched that revolver from her hand, but I was afraid a shot might go wild and hit Jimmy. She can shoot all she wants to.
That's Superman. I'll just fly over her head and drop down in front of her. Up.
Who's there?
Give me that gun.
Say what? 1 more step and I'll shoot you. What?
Your gun might just as well be loaded with putty. Give it to me.
No, I won't.
Then I'll take it. Running away won't help you. Come back. I said come back. God, what happened to her? Where are you? Where are you? Well, I understand this. She's disappeared. Vanished into thin air. Vanished.
A sudden piercing scream in the fog-bound darkness, and then silence. What happened to the mysterious girl and the fortune and jewels she was carrying in the suitcase? Don't forget to tune in next time and follow the thrilling story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky, look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman! And now, Superman, strange visitor from another world whose physical powers are far beyond those of mortal men, and who wages a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Puzzled by the uncanny disappearance of 5 huge transport planes, all of which were carrying collections of precious gems to the National Jewelry Exposition, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen, copyboy on the paper, found their way to a 30-story abandoned skyscraper, the Parkway Tower, located on a weed-grown field a mile from the airport. As they neared the entrance, a young woman whom they had met before in connection with the stolen jewels came out carrying a suitcase. Kent stopped her, but she drew a gun, warned them not to move, and vanished into the fog-bound night. Leaving Jimmy behind, Kent followed her and snatched her gun away. Frightened, she turned and ran. Suddenly, a scream knifed out of the darkness, and the girl disappeared before Superman's amazed eyes. Listen.
She's gone. Vanished. Not a sign of her out here. What's that? Great Scott, there she is. Caught in a huge quicksand hole. Dragging her down. Don't struggle. I'll get you out. Thinking fast. No wonder. That's terrific. I hope I can get out myself. Another few feet. There. I've got her. She's fainted. Gotta work my way back to solid earth. Won't be easy. I need all my strength. Getting there. Slowly. Now. Made it. But not by much. What?
Mr. Kent, where are you?
I can't let Jimmy see me as Superman. Not at a time like this. He might put 2 and 2 together. I'll change back to Kent.
Right here, Jimmy. Be careful.
I heard a scream, Mr. Kent, and...
See that big hole in the ground? It's full of quicksand. She stumbled into it and almost sank before I could get her off.
Is she hurt? Oh.
Stand back a little, Jimmy. Give her air.
Oh, I see. Quicksand.
You're safe now. You're out of it.
Fell into it.
Yes, I know you fell into it. I heard you scream.
It saved my life. After I pulled a gun on him.
No, forget it.
You should have let me take it instead. I'm no good. She's no good.
Now, come on. Pull yourself together. You can be of great help to us.
I'll do anything you say, anything.
Well, then tell us. Where's the yellow mask?
In that building, the Parkway Tower. That's his headquarters. I locked him in a room on the 10th floor. The only other people in the building are a watchman and a radio operator. Radio operator? Well, that's how we made those transport planes disappear. By sending out false radio beams.
Where are the planes?
Buried in that quicksand. They followed the beam, and that's where it led.
You mean the planes, the people in them were buried alive in that quicksand?
Yes, that's what he told me. But before the plane sank, his men took the jewels off them.
Are you telling me the truth?
I swear it's the truth.
Well, look in that suitcase. You'll find all the jewels. When the mask showed them to me, I pulled a gun on him and took them.
Where is the suitcase?
I dropped it when I ran away from you.
See if you can find it in the grass, Jimmy.
Okay.
You feel all right now, miss?
Here, it's a suitcase. Right here. It's awful heavy, though.
Good boy. Set it down here. We'll open it.
All right.
Why? There are all the jewels. I took everything he had in the safe. They're worth millions.
What we gotta do is get the yellow mask.
Well, it's not that simple, Jimmy. All we have is Miss...
My name's Lorimer. Chicky Lorimer.
All we have is Miss Lorimer's word against the yellow masks. And I don't think it's enough to hold up in court. This time we've got to be right and put the mask behind bars for life.
Yeah, but how? Slippery as an eel.
Well, even eels can be lured into traps. You still want to help us, Miss Lorimer?
I told you I would.
All right. Now, the first thing to do is to get back to the city with these jewels. Then we'll figure out a trap for the yellow mask. A trap strong enough to hold him. Here, I'll take the suitcase, Jimmy. You help Miss Lorimer.
Okay, Mr. Kent. Where are we headed?
Back to the airport. That's where we parked our car. Just follow me.
Good evening, radio fans. This is Bill Breen with some hot news for you. Chicky Lorimer, alleged queen of $1 billion jewel ring, still refuses to tell police where she hid a fortune in precious gems stolen from the National Exposition. The young woman now being held in city prison says she won't talk.
Police Commissioner's office.
Commissioner, this is Evans, National News Service. What about that Lorimer girl? Are we getting the true story?
Of course you are.
Well, it sounds fishy to me.
Well, that's just too bad. Goodbye. Kent, you can't keep this up much longer. The papers and news services are beginning to smell a rat.
All I ask is another 24 hours, Commissioner. If the yellow mask doesn't bite by then, I'll step out.
All right, but I don't like it. What do you think the papers would say if they knew we had the jewels and weren't returning them to their rightful owners?
Something's going to break tonight, Commissioner. I've got a feeling it will.
Well, I hope so, Kent. Because I'm in a spot now. This yellow mask you keep talking about. What if he doesn't exist?
Oh, I can assure you he does. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to wager that this very moment he's plotting to get his hands on those missing jewels. And that's just what we're waiting for. You sent for me, Chief?
Yes. Close the door. I've got a job for you, Lefty. A dangerous job.
You know me, Chief. Nothing's too tough if there's dough in it.
$500, Lefty.
Why, Chief, for 5 C's, I'd steal a battleship with half the Navy on it.
I don't want any battleships. But listen closely. There's a girl being held in the city prison.
Yeah, I heard about her over the radio. Copped a load of ice, didn't she?
She walked out of here carrying $16 million worth of precious gems.
That ain't hay. Where'd she get the haul?
Never mind that. I want that girl brought to me.
You mean I got to sling her out of the jug?
Exactly. And for performing that little service, you will be paid $500 on delivery.
Well, I don't know, Chief. Slinging a dame out of that hooscow ain't no pipe.
I thought you said no job was too tough for you as long as there was money in it.
Yeah, I know, but maybe I'll have to grease the skids. Maybe I'll have to pay off a couple guys. How about making it $1,000?
$1,000?
Well, that ain't too much. Not for this kind of job.
You guarantee to get her out tonight?
Sure. Where do I take her? You want me to bring her here?
No. I've got a little place about 20 miles from the city. I'll tell you how to get there. But first, there's another little matter that you and your friends will have to attend to.
Yeah, what is it?
You may be followed. In case you are, I have a plan for getting rid of whoever follows you.
Okay, but first let me call a couple of guys and get them set.
Go ahead. There's the phone.
These guys know their stuff.
Getting pretty late, Kent, and nothing's happened yet.
Don't worry, Commissioner. It'll break soon.
You know, Kent, I still don't get the point behind all this. For instance, why is that girl reporter sitting in a cell in the city prison instead of Chicky Lorimer?
Because I can trust Lois Lane, and I'm not certain I can trust the Lorimer girl. Lois is one of the best reporters on the Daily Planet, and she's not afraid of anything.
But you said the Yellow Mask knows the Lorimer girl.
Well, that won't matter. You see, this is how I figure it to happen. The mask must have read in the papers or heard over the radio that the police are holding Chicky Lorimer, but she won't tell where the jewels are hidden. Naturally, he figures if his men can bring him the girl, he can force her to reveal the hiding place.
Well, what if they do break her out? I mean Miss Lane.
I'll follow them in my car, just to see that nothing happens. Lois has full instructions. She knows what to do.
I better send a police detail along with you, Kent.
Now, that won't be necessary, Commissioner. I'm taking young Jimmy Olsen. He's been on this case from the beginning and wants to see it through. He's waiting outside in the car.
Excuse me. Commissioner's office. Yes, Cassidy. What? You sure? All right. Handle it just as I ordered. You were right, Kent. A man has just applied at the prison for permission to talk to Chickie Lorimer. Says he's her brother. Come on. We can watch what happens from the front window. Prison's across the street. Here, sit down.
Oh, thanks. Does the warden know what he's to do?
Yes. No resistance. Let them take the girl.
Good. That must be their car in front of the prison. Big black sedan. Motor's running.
Kent, look. They've got her. They're coming through the gate.
That means I've got to get going. See you later, Commissioner. Okay, Joe. Pull up on the other side of the bridge. I don't know if we're being tailed or not, but I ain't taking no chances. I'll be right back, Joe. I got some business with the guy that runs this bridge. Okay, Pop. Open the bridge.
What do you mean?
I said open the bridge and don't stall.
But you can't...
Open it before I let you have it. That's the ticket, Pop.
That's just against the law, so...
No kidding. Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing now?
The signal lights. They got to be changed from green to red.
No, they don't. I want them to stay green. All right, turn around. Yeah, this rope will fix you up good. All right, get down on your belly.
Hey, you can't do this now.
Get down. Couple of turns around your ankles and you're all set. So long, Pop.
Come back. Come back here.
All right, get going, Joe.
Catch up with them, Mr. Kent?
In a mile or so. They've got a fast car, but we're stepping right along.
What's that green light up ahead?
Oh, it's a signal light on a drawbridge. When the light's green, that means the bridge is closed. I'd better get over it before some boat comes along the river and the bridge opens. Here we go, Jimmy.
Yes, there they go at better than a mile a minute, hurtling through the darkness over a drawbridge that shows a green light, but is wide open with only the deep, swirling river below. What will happen? Don't forget to tune in next time and follow the thrilling story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who fights a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan paper. When Kent captured the mystery girl, Chickie Lorimer, with a fortune in stolen jewelry she had taken from the Yellow Mask, he realized it was an opportunity to lure the mask into a trap that would place him behind bars for life. With the cooperation of the police commissioner, the story went out that the jewels had not been recovered, and that Chickie Lorimer refused to tell where they were hidden. Certain the mask would attempt to get Chickie Lorimer out of the city prison, where it was reported she was being held, Kent arranged for his paper's star girl reporter, Lois Lane, to take her place. Sure enough, the masked henchman freed Lois from her cell at gunpoint, sped away in a car with Kent and young Jimmy Olsen trailing them. As our story continues today, Kent's car is approaching a drawbridge. The green go-ahead signal is on, but unknown to either Kent or Jimmy, the masked hired desperados have tied up the bridge watchman, opened the draw, and left the green light burning. Listen.
Hadn't you better slow down going over the bridge, Mr. Kent?
We can't afford to slow down, Jimmy. They're about a mile ahead of us now. We don't want to lose them. Just you sit tight. This car holds the road.
Are you sure that green light means we can go ahead, that the drawbridge is closed?
That's right. When it's red, the drawbridge is open.
Say, is this the kind of a bridge that breaks in the middle and swings up on both sides to let boats through?
No, the whole bridge doesn't swing up. Just about 15 feet on either side.
Oh.
Now, hold on. We're almost to it.
Boy, listen to those tires, huh?
Yeah, they should. We're doing 65.
Mr. Kent, look! The bridge is open!
I can't hold her. She's skidding.
We're going through the wall, Mr. Kent!
Crashing through the iron guardrail, the car plunges to the swirling river below, with Kent and Jimmy trapped behind its closed doors. For a moment it bobs like a giant black cork on the angry water, then sinks beneath the surface. In the meantime, another car pulls into the driveway of a tree-shaded house where dim lights flicker behind drawn window shades.
Okay, sister. Last stop. Get out.
You still don't believe me, do you? How many times do I have to tell you I'm not Chicky Lorimer?
Ah, stow it, sister. Stow it. Come on. Come on. Up them steps. Hey, stick with the car, Joe. I'll be out as soon as I collect.
Okay.
You're gonna look like an awful dope bringing in the wrong girl.
Ah, listen. Don't make me laugh, sister. I got chapped lips.
What did you do when you stopped at that drawbridge?
Oh, I just opened up the drawer in case he was being tailed. Hey, why don't someone answer here?
Who is it?
Me, Chief. Lefty. I got the dame. Open up.
Come in. Quickly.
All right. Go ahead, sister. Well, here she is, Chief. Just like I promised.
You fool.
What's the matter?
This isn't the girl.
I told him, but he wouldn't listen.
Hey, now, wait a minute. I'm getting played for a sucker. Didn't you say you wanted Chicky Lorimer? Well, that's her.
I am not. My name's Helen Taylor.
Oh, now, don't listen to her, Chief. She's been pulling that line all the way out.
Now,
She just...
This isn't the girl I want.
Well, that ain't my fault. You asked for Chicky Lorimer, and you got Chicky Lorimer.
Maybe I can explain this mix-up.
Ah, who asked you?
Let her talk, Lefty. How can you explain it?
I was in the same cell with the girl you want, Chicky Lorimer. They nabbed me for shoplifting. I guess the guard made a mistake when he came for Lorimer. Took me instead. Told this half-wit I wasn't the girl he wanted, but he wouldn't listen.
Who's a half-wit?
Now, keep quiet, Lefty. You've done enough bungling.
Well, what about my grand?
We'll attend to that later. So, young lady, you were in Chicky Lorimer's cell. Did you discuss anything with her?
Who wants to know?
I do.
You the yellow mask?
What made you ask that?
Chicky gave me a message for the yellow mask. In case I got out before she did.
A message? What kind of a message?
Well, personal.
Wait outside, Lefty.
All right. I don't know what it's all about.
No, Miss...
Taylor. Helen Taylor.
No, Miss Taylor. What was the message?
Are you the yellow mask?
Yes, I am.
It's about the jewels.
Yes?
Chicky said to tell you she was sorry she pulled that trick on you when she took the jewels.
Yes, but where are they?
I'm coming to that. Give me a chance. She said the cops didn't get the jewels.
I know that, but where are they? Where did she hide them?
The suitcase is hidden under a bush in the field near the Parkway Tower. She described it to me so I could show you how to find it.
Excellent. We'll leave at once and pick it up. And I shall see to it that you're rewarded handsomely, Miss Taylor.
Oh, that's all right. Say, have you got a phone here? I'd like to call my sister and tell her I'm out of jail.
A phone? Certainly. In the room at the head of the stairs. Over there. Go right ahead. I'll wait for you here.
Thanks. Only take me a minute.
That's it.
Yeah, Chief?
Quiet. Come in. Tell me, what happened at the city prison?
It was a cinch. I told him I was the Lorimer dame's brother and wanted to talk to her. They brought her out. I pulled the gap. Nobody made a move. It was a pipe.
They let you walk out of there. Nobody stopped you.
I tell you, I strolled out of there like I was walking in the Easter parade.
There's something wrong here, Lefty. Stay where you are while I listen in on this telephone extension.
Hello. Hello, is this police headquarters?
Yes?
I'd like to speak to Commissioner Malone. Quickly. It's Lois Lane.
All right, hold on a minute. Lois Lane. I thought she looked familiar. You were right, Lefty, when you said that you were being played for a sucker. They're trying to play us both for suckers. But the game isn't over. Not by a long shot. In fact, Lefty, it has just begun.
We were lucky to get another car to drive back in, Jimmy. The one that fell in the river wasn't much good.
I still don't know how we got out of it alive, Mr. Kent. I don't remember anything that happened after the car skidded off the bridge.
Why, you bumped your head on the steering wheel.
But how did you get the door open underneath the water?
Why, it flew open by itself.
Oh. And you think it was the yellow mask who fixed the drawbridge?
Well, you heard what the watchman said. If it wasn't the mask, it was one of his men.
Oh, why didn't we go and look for them instead of coming back to town?
Because we didn't know where to look.
Oh.
Anyway, if Lois followed instructions, and I'm sure she did, the mask will walk into the trap we set for him. We'll stop off here at police headquarters and see Commissioner Malone. There we are. All right, come on, Jimmy.
All right. Isn't that the commissioner coming out?
Huh? What? Yes, you're right. Commissioner Malone.
Kent. Oh, what are you doing here? I thought you followed Miss Lane and those men.
Why, we did, Commissioner, until they stopped us by leaving a drawbridge open. Jimmy and I came close to having a serious accident.
You can tell me about it later. Miss Lane called. I don't know how she managed to get to a phone, but she did. We're on our way to the Parkway Tower field right now.
Is everything all right?
So she said. Evidently, the mask fell for her story.
Good. He's going to the field to pick up the suitcase full of jewels?
Yep. She'll be with him.
It's working out just as we planned it. All right. Jimmy and I'll follow you, Commissioner.
No. You come along with me. Plenty of room in my car. But, Kent.
Yes?
Don't you think the boy would be better off remaining behind?
You mean? Oh, if you don't leave me out of it now.
No, he'll be all right, Commissioner.
I suppose so. I've planted 50 men around the field.
Good.
Well, let's get going. Kent, if this little scheme of yours works, we'll have the mask dead to rights with the goods. Step on it, Parker. When you're near the field, dim your light.
Crouched in the darkness, Kent, Commissioner Malone, and Jimmy Olsen wait for the yellow mask to walk into the trap. A trap baited with an empty suitcase. While hidden in the tall grass surrounding the field are 50 trained men of the homicide squad, on the alert, guns drawn, ready to close in on the most dangerous criminal at large. As the minutes go by, Kent and the police commissioner converse in husky voices.
We should have been here by now, Kent. Miss Lane said they were leaving at once. It would take less than an hour.
He'll show up. Keep your eye on the road, Jimmy. If you see a car stop, let me know.
Okay, Mr. Kent.
Say, Lois didn't tell you where she was calling from, did she, Commissioner?
No. She seemed to be in. Or in a hurry. I must say I admire her courage. What she tell me? The yellow mask stopped for nothing.
Absolutely nothing. He's half mad, drunk with lust for power.
Mr. Kent, I hear a car.
That's a plane. See it in the east? You can just make out its wing lights.
Probably a transport coming into the airfield.
No, it hasn't enough wing spread for a transport.
Keep your eyes on the road, Jimmy.
Oh, I forgot.
That plane is coming in for a landing. Looks like a private job.
I hope he doesn't think he can land in this field.
No, he'll level off and slide into the airport. He's got his searchlights on now.
He's not going into the airport. He's diving straight at us. No, Kent. He can't be. He is. Look out!
Is the yellow mask at the controls of the roaring plane that came diving out of the night? If he is, what vengeance does he plan to take against those who set a trap for him? Don't forget to tune in next time and follow the thrilling story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Guys, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth possessed of physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who wages a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. When we last saw Kent, he and young Jimmy Olsen and Police Commissioner Malone were crouched in the darkness in a weed-grown field, waiting for the yellow mask to walk into a trap that had been set for him. As the minutes sped by and the mask failed to appear, Kent wondered what had gone wrong. Then suddenly a silver monoplane came out of the east, its searchlight sweeping the field. Without warning, it went into a power dive, hurtling down on Kent, Jimmy, and the Commissioner like some giant bullet. Motor roaring, wind screaming through the struts. Listen!
Look out! He's coming right at us!
Oh, missed us by inches. You all right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm all right. Wow, that was close.
Yeah.
I thought he'd pull out of it, but he did.
Well, it may not have been his fault, Kent. He probably mistook this field for the airport.
I wonder, Commissioner. You don't land a plane by power diving it with a throttle wide open. Which way did he go?
I think he circled and went back where he came from. Oh, aren't those his wing lights off there in the east?
Something's wrong here, Commissioner. That plane didn't power dive on us accidentally.
Mr. Kent.
What is it, Jimmy?
Look what I found. An envelope tied to a monkey wrench.
Well, let me see it.
Yeah.
Here's a flashlight. Good heavens, Kent. It's addressed to you.
You think it came from the airplane?
We'll find out soon enough.
What? It's a letter.
Yeah. Hold the light steady, Commissioner.
All right.
I thought so.
What is it?
It's a note from the Yellow Mask. Listen to this. My dear Mr. Kent, your very clever plan to lure me into a trap has gone askew. Miss Lane has told me everything.
She talked, Kent.
Well, if she did talk, they forced her to.
What else does it say?
Let's see. Under the circumstances, I can no longer afford to dally with you. You have had evidence of what I can do.
What does he mean, Kent?
The Dyerville flood. He almost wiped out a whole city. Wait, there's more. I will give you until dawn to return the jewels. You can communicate with me by broadcasting a message over the police radio. I will have my receiver tuned to that wavelength.
He certainly is brazen.
There's still more.
Yes?
This is the procedure to be followed. You will send a messenger with the jewels to the crossroads 1 mile beyond the Harley River Bridge. He is to leave the jewels there and depart at once.
He's got everything figured out, hasn't he? Well, he's crazy if he thinks he can bluff us that way.
No, don't you worry, Commissioner. I'm not giving in so fast. Here, listen to the end of the letter.
Go ahead, Kent.
Unless my instructions are followed and unless I hear from you by dawn, you know what the consequences will be. Signed, the Yellow Mask.
What does he mean by that?
Well, he might do anything. He's desperate.
Oh, no, Kent. But we can't strike any bargains with a criminal. And I certainly won't permit the jewels to be returned to him.
Oh, you're quite right, Commissioner. We have 5 hours until dawn. A lot can be done in 5 hours.
I'll send out a 3-state alarm. Every law enforcement officer within 100 miles of here will be looking for the mask. There's only one way to fight his kind, and that's to drive him out in the open.
Have that abandoned skyscraper, the Parkway Tower, searched, Commissioner. The Mask has been using it as his headquarters. You might find a lead to where he is now.
Okay. Sullivan, McDermott. Coming, sir, coming. Send a detail to search the Parkway Tower building. Yes, sir. Pick up anything you can find and bring it to headquarters. Right, sir. Have the rest of your men report back to Lieutenant Healy. Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. Kent, where do you think Lois Lane is?
I don't know, Jimmy. She can take care of herself. Well, come on. Let's get back to the commissioner's car. We've got to work fast.
Calling all cars. Calling all cars. Tri-State Emergency Alarm 4327. Wanted. Man known as the Yellow Mask. Age about 45. Weight 160, 160. Height 5 feet 6. Last seen vicinity Parkway Tower building. Reported once. I will repeat. Tri-State Emergency Alarm 4327. Wanted. Man known as the Yellow Man.
Commissioner's office. Yeah. All right. Bring him in. I've got another one, Kent. What does that make, 10?
No, 11. I've been counting them.
You should be asleep, Jimmy.
Only not with all this going on.
Get in here. Get in here.
I ain't done nothing. What do you want with me?
Hey, shut up.
Well, Kent,
No, he's not the Yellow Mask.
take him away, Kelly.
Okay, Chief. Grant.
Take it easy, son. Take it easy.
And it's 4 o'clock, Kent. Only 2 hours to go. Squad cars have covered every inch of the city. I'm at the end of my rope.
You're tired, Commissioner. Why don't you stretch out on the couch in the next office? We'll call you if anything breaks.
Well, maybe I should. My head is pounding. Well, don't forget to call me if something happens.
Sure thing.
You're worried, Mr. Kent, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
I say you're worried, aren't you?
Frankly, Jimmy, I am. You should have heard from Lois by this time.
Oh, maybe she can't call. Maybe there isn't a phone.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, Mr. Kent, I often wonder why there have to be people like the Yellow Mask in the world. Why can't everyone be honest and decent?
Well, most everyone is, Jimmy. There are just a few people who think they can get away with being dishonest, but they can't. Sooner or later, the law catches up with them. Here, I'll take it. Hello? No, Commissioner Malone is resting. Can I take the message? This is Clark Kent. Yes? I see. Thank you.
Good news, Mr. Kent?
No, Jimmy, no news.
How much more time have we? Mask said if he didn't hear from us by dawn, something would happen.
Jimmy, we started this, and we've got to finish it. We'll have to take a desperate chance.
What do you mean?
Unless we discover where the mask is hiding out, we're up against a blank wall. We could sit here until doomsday without accomplishing anything.
Yeah, that's right.
But the only possible way to track him down, the only way I can think of, is to do as he says.
You mean return the jewels? Leave them at the crossroads like he said in the message?
Yes, we've got to find out about Lois, and we've got to lay our hands on the mask.
And Commissioner Malone let you take the jewels.
Well, we don't need the jewels, Jimmy. We can fill a suitcase with stones and leave it at the crossroads.
But what will happen when the Yellow Mask discovers it's just stones?
Well, he won't have time for that. You see, we'll be hiding in the woods near the crossroads. When the mask, or whoever he sends to pick up the suitcase, arrives on the scene, we'll hop on him. Well, how does it sound?
Okay, if he falls for it.
Well, there's no harm trying. We'll broadcast a message to the mask over the police radio, just as he instructed us to do. And then we'll drive to the crossroads, leave the suitcase, drive off down the road, and then sneak back on foot through the woods.
We'd better take plenty of cops along.
Oh, no, that would spoil it. Fewer the better. In fact, I was thinking of tackling it alone.
And leave me out? Nothing doing. I'm going along. I want to see the mask captured.
And I guess we'd better include Commissioner Malone. Now, you wake him up and tell him what we're planning while I arrange for the broadcast of the mask. I'll meet you in the hall. Take it snappy.
Calling Yellow Mask. Calling the Yellow Mask. There will be a suitcase waiting for you at the crossroads within a half hour. I'll repeat. There will be a suitcase waiting for you at the crossroads within a half hour.
We'll be at the crossroads in a few minutes. You two had better duck down while I plant the suitcase. Someone may be watching.
I don't like this business, Kent. You should have let me bring some men along.
Don't you worry, Commissioner. If they show up, we can handle them. You all right, Jimmy?
Oh, sure. We almost there?
Yes, it's right up ahead. All right, duck down and keep quiet. Here we are. I'll make a U-turn. There we are. I'll be right back. You keep low. Okay, it's all set. you can sit up now.
Where'd you put the suitcase, Mr. Kent?
On a tree stump. They can't miss it.
Well, what if it's gone before we get back?
Well, that's a chance we have to take. Yeah, this looks like as good a place to park as any. I'll drive the car off the road. That ought to do it. All right, quickly. Duck into the woods. Now follow me. Single file. Make as little noise as possible.
If anyone had told me I'd be doing this at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd have called them crazy.
It may not be so crazy, Commissioner.
What if we catch the yellow mask?
Wait. Suitcase is still there. See it sitting on that stump?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, Commissioner. Now, you and Jimmy crouch down here. I'll move up a little bit so we can see them no matter what direction they come from.
Kent.
What?
Have you a revolver?
Revolver? I know.
Well, you should have one. You're taking your life in your hands.
I'll be all right. Watch the road. If they're coming, they should be along any minute now.
Here. Maybe we'd better all stick together.
No. No, Commissioner. We can see more spread out. Be careful now. I won't be far away.
Will the Yellow Mask fall for the bait? And if he does, will Clark Kent tackle him as Superman and run the risk of revealing himself to Jimmy and Commissioner Malone? Don't forget to tune in next time and follow the thrill-packed story with Superman.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Up in the sky! Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who wages a never-ending fight for truth and justice, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. With Lois Lane, star girl reporter, missing, and the Yellow Mask threatening a dire catastrophe unless a $15 million hoard of stolen jewels is delivered to a deserted crossroads by dawn, Kent sets a trap. As our story continues today, Kent, Police Commissioner Malone, and Jimmy Olsen are waiting in the woods at the crossroads where Kent has planted a suitcase containing stones instead of the real jewels. Meanwhile, in a hideout a mile from the crossroads, the Yellow Mask is giving final instructions to his henchman, Lefty. Listen.
Message that we got over the air said that the suitcase would be at the crossroads within a half hour. You understand what you ought to do, Lefty?
Yeah. I park the car in the cutout, hike through the woods, and come up behind the road.
That's right. But be careful. This may be another trap. You're taking Joe with you?
Yeah, and a couple of gats.
Well, you may need them.
Hey, where's that reporter dame?
In the next room, resting.
You know, I don't like getting mixed up with dames in this racket. They're poison. When are you getting rid of her?
That, Lefty, is my business.
All right. I was just asking.
You and Joe had better get going and don't make any mistakes this time.
Well, I didn't make no mistake last time.
Well, we won't go into that now. Wait a minute. Something just occurred to me. In order to be on the safe side, I think that you had better...
What?
She may be awake in the next room. I don't want her to hear me. I'll go out to the car with you. Now, as I was saying, Lefty, in order to be on the safe side, what I think that you had better do is this.
As Lefty and Joe leave the hideout with final whispered instructions from the Yellow Mask, Clark Kent as Superman waits alone in the darkness of the crossroads. The quiet of the night, broken only by the chirping of crickets and the eerie hum of insects. Listen.
Well, looks like my little scheme failed. Not a sign of anyone. What's that? Oh, just a hoot owl. Dawn will be up soon. Wait. Someone's coming through the woods. Maybe an animal. No, it's a man. 2 men. Our plan has worked.
There it is, Joe. On that stump. Grab it.
Okay, let's see. I got it. Put that suitcase down. Huh?
Who's there?
You heard what I said. Put down that suitcase.
Let him have it, Joe.
Okay,
He's
nothing.
across the road.
Okay. So you want to play, huh? Well,
Nothing.
see how you like this little game.
Those slugs didn't hurt him at all. Beat it, Joe. Beat it.
No, you don't. Oh, that's only a sample. Now, see how you like this.
Oh, hey, I'm getting out of here. Mr. Kent. Mr. Kent.
I heard those shots. I can't let them see me as Superman.
Kent.
Where are you?
I'm here. Oh, one of them got away. I tried to catch him.
You must have stacked this one plenty hard. He's out cold.
What happened, Kent? We heard 2 shots.
Yes, but fortunately their marksmanship was bad. Both bullets missed me. I closed in on them and got one, but... Oh, boy, the scuffle, the other one ran off through the woods.
Well, you took a terrible chance, Kent. Battling armed desperados.
Well, maybe not as much of a chance as you think. Yeah, wait, let's have a look at this fellow. I'll turn him over here. Well, you know who he is, Commissioner?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Gee, sure looks mean.
Well, one thing is certain. He's part of the Mask's gang, and he probably knows where the hideout is. I suggest we take him to the police station back in the next town and pump him. What do you think, Commissioner?
We might learn something if we can get him to talk.
Oh, he'll talk, all right. His kind usually do when they're in a tough spot.
Now, I'll go back for the car.
Okay.
Mr. Kent,
Yes, Jimmy?
did you really knock this guy out?
Why, yes. Don't you believe me?
Sure, I believe you all right, but... Well, I was just wondering.
Wondering, Jimmy? Wondering about what?
Well... Oh, maybe I was seeing things.
Well, I don't understand, Jimmy.
Oh, forget it.
No. Now, tell me what's on your mind.
Well, I saw those 2 men come out of the woods.
Yes?
And I heard the shots, and
Uh-huh.
a second after that, another man jumped across the road.
Oh, sure. That was I, Jimmy.
It didn't look like you. I thought it was Superman.
You thought it...
What's the matter?
Well, thanks, Jimmy. After all, it isn't everyone who's mistaken for Superman.
You're just making fun of me.
No, not at all. Oh, here's the car.
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner. Come on over here and grab his feet, will you?
All right.
We'll dump him in the back.
Say, Mr. Kent, the suitcase is still here. They didn't get it.
Bring it along, Jimmy.
Okay.
Careful, Commissioner. There. That does it. All right, hop in, Jimmy.
Right. Say, do you think he'll tell us where the mask is hiding out, Mr. Kent?
He's got to tell us, Jimmy. It's our only chance. Open up. Me, Lefty, open up. All right, close it.
What happened?
Let me catch my breath. I had to run all the way.
Where are the jewels?
I couldn't get them.
What do you mean?
Now, take it easy, Chief.
Now, don't tell me to take it easy. What happened, you fool?
Now, give me a chance, will you?
Did you follow my instructions?
Yeah, sure. Me and Joe parked the car on a side road and then hiked through the woods.
Was the suitcase there?
Yeah, it was there. Looked like a pipe, Chief. We jumped out of the woods and Joe grabbed it. And we were starting back for the car when it happened.
What happened?
A big guy hopped out of the bushes across the road. He was wearing some kind of a uniform. I yelled at Joe to let him have it, and he did. Twice. But I swear, as sure as I'm standing here, them slugs bounced off the big guy's chest.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Now, Chief, I seen it with my own eyes. Well, anyway, the big guy closed in and started throwing punches. I figured we didn't have no chance against him, so I beat it fast.
What happened to Joe?
He caught one on the button and went down.
So you left him there to answer all their questions.
Oh, Joe won't talk.
He'll talk when they start working on him. I knew that I shouldn't have trusted this job to you.
It wasn't my fault, Chief.
Shut up.
Now that you've bungled it, I've got to figure a way out. You said that the jewels were there.
Yeah, in a suitcase, sitting on a stump.
How do you know what was in the suitcase?
Well, I didn't open it, but it was heavy. Listen, Chief, if you think they'll make Joe talk, we better scram out of here.
Oh, no. We'll stay right here and wait for them.
Yeah, but, Chief, that big guy...
You turning yellow, Lefty?
Oh, me? Say, I ain't afraid of...
Good. Then you'll help me welcome them. You see, Lefty, this house was built for visitors such as we expect. Now stand back against the wall. Now I slide this picture away and press this little button. So.
Holy gee, a trapdoor.
Look down the hole. What do you see?
Looks like a swimming pool without any water.
A very apt description, Lefty. It's a concrete tank, 2 feet thick on all sides and rising 8 feet from the basement floor.
Yeah? What's it good for?
You shall see. The trapdoor will be all set when our friend Mr. Kent and his companions arrive. The moment they step on it, they will fall into the concrete tank. Then I throw a switch from the second floor, and iron bars will slide over the top of the tank. Can you picture it?
Yeah. That's so they can't climb out.
Precisely.
That's just like being in jail, huh?
Yes, Lefty. A jail from which there is no escape.
You mean you leave them down there without giving them nothing to eat and no water?
That's the idea.
Hey, I don't like that kind of business, Chief.
Whether you like it or not, you're a part of it. Now, come on. We've got to get everything ready. If they're coming at all, they'll be here soon.
I hope we're not too late, Commissioner. It's getting light in the east.
It took quite some time worming the information out of that gorilla. Was he stubborn?
Yeah. You all right, Jimmy?
Oh, you bet, Mr. Kent.
Now, hold on. This is where we turn.
Great Scott, what a road. We never would have found this place without directions. What a road.
That must be the house up ahead. Well, I'll stop here. All right, now be quiet. Follow me.
This place looks deserted, Kent.
There's not a light burning.
Quiet. They may be asleep.
Look, Kent.
What?
Smoke coming out of the chimney. There's someone here.
Good. Now you and Jimmy take the front door while I go round to the rear. Now be careful.
We will.
Yell if you need help.
All set, Jimmy?
Sure. I'm all ready.
You stay behind me. I've got a gun. Let's try the door.
Is it locked?
No. Jimmy, I'm going to open it.
Slowly the door swings open on rusty hinges. Jimmy and Commissioner Malone stare into the darkness of the room, little suspecting that one more step will send them hurtling down through a trapdoor into a concrete tank. What will happen? Don't forget to tune in next time and follow the thrilling story with Superman.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Superman.
And now, Superman, amazing visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth possessed of physical powers far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, who can leap tall buildings at a single bound, race a speeding bullet to its target, and who wages a never-ending battle against crime and oppression disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. By capturing one of the Yellow Mask's henchmen, Kent, as Superman, learned where the Mask's hideout is located. and where Lois Lane, girl reporter, is probably being held. As our story continues today, Kent, Police Commissioner Malone, and young Jimmy Olsen, copy boy on Kent's paper, have approached the hideout just as dawn is breaking. Kent has circled to the rear of the house, while Jimmy and the commissioner prepare to enter through the front, little suspecting that a trapdoor is hidden under the rug just over the threshold. A trapdoor that leads into a concrete tank. Listen.
I don't understand how the mask happened to leave this door open. Either we're lucky or we're walking into something.
Maybe we better wait for Mr. Kent before going in.
I don't think that's necessary. Stick close, but stay behind me.
All right.
I may have to use this gun. In case I do, drop flat on your stomach.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute. What's that noise?
Must be Mr. Kent getting us through the back way.
Kent? Kent?
Can't hear you.
That door must lead to the rear of the house. Come on, Jimmy.
Okay.
Jimmy, where are you?
Right here. What happened?
We stepped on a trap door and fell through.
Yeah, but where are we? Oh, I can't tell it. Pitch black.
Here's some matches. Light one of them.
All right. There.
It's a concrete tank. Built right up under the trap door.
Yeah, but it's open at the top. Hey, look. Closed now. With iron bars.
This was all planned, Jimmy. And we walked into it.
Were you hurt, Commissioner?
Oh, my ankle. I think it's broken. Strike another match.
Okay.
Oh,
Which ankle?
the right one. Yeah, it's either broken or badly strained. Oh, it's beginning to swell.
How are we going to get out of here?
I don't know, Jimmy. Unless Kent can help us. He must have heard that trap door fall. Try calling him.
All right. Mr. Kent! Mr. Kent!
Where are you, Jimmy?
He hears me.
Yes, but he
What?
had better not hear you again.
Huh?
Keep quiet.
Where's that voice coming from?
I don't know, but it sounds like the yellow mask.
Shout, Jimmy. Shout for Kent.
Mr. Kent! We're under the trap door down in the cellar.
I warn you, one more word and you'll never speak again.
Stop, Jimmy.
Jimmy, where are you?
Don't answer him.
We won't.
But how can we let Mr. Kent know where we are?
That man is a maniac, Jimmy. He may murder us in this dungeon.
Jimmy, answer me. Where are you?
Don't, Jimmy.
But
Don't. You'll only lead Kent to the trapdoor. And then we'll all be down here. Our only hope is for Kent to be free so he can lay his hands on the yellow mask. And I'm afraid there's not much chance of that. Not much chance.
Jimmy! Commissioner Malone, where are you? I'm sure that was Jimmy's voice I heard. Seemed to be muffled. Maybe he's upstairs. Jimmy!
Welcome to my abode, Mr. Kent.
The mask.
Yes. I believe that we have met before under different circumstances.
Where's Miss Lane?
Miss Lane is well and safe. So are the police commissioner and your young friend Jimmy. But they will remain safe only as long as you obey my orders. One false move on your part will seal their doom.
Where are they?
Never mind that now. More importantly, where are the jewels?
I've put up with enough of your madness. Tell me where those people are hidden, or I'll...
Stand back, Kent. You see, I am unarmed, but others are watching you. Stand back unless you want to murder your friends.
You can't bluff me.
This isn't a bluff, Kent. Lay one finger on me and you will suffer. You think that I'm fool enough to face you this way without protection? And my protection is the lives of your friends.
All right. What do you want?
Ah, that's better. You know what I want. The jewels that I worked so hard to get. The jewels that you and that Lorimer girl took from me. Where are they?
I have them. But this time I want more than your word, which I've found to be worthless. Release Miss Lane, Commissioner Malone, and Jimmy Olsen, and you'll get the jewels.
What do you take me for? A mindless idiot? First, I must have the jewels. then I must be guaranteed an opportunity to leave unmolested. However, in order to prove my sincerity, I will let you see Miss Lane. The others must remain where they are until I have left with the jewels. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Yes, you do. But I know how far I can trust you.
In this case, Mr. Kent, you will have to trust me. Make up your mind.
All right. But if this turns out to be another of your little tricks, you'll suffer for it.
Oh, you do me a great injustice, Mr. Kent. Now, this way. Miss Lane is resting in a room at the rear of the house. Please remember what I so carefully pointed out to you only a moment ago. One false move on your part, and you sign the death warrants of the worthy police commissioner and young Olsen. I am playing for big stakes, as you well know. I cannot afford to lose. Ah, here we are. I will unlock the door for you. Lane, you have a visitor.
Lois.
Cortez.
I will leave you two for a few minutes. Remember, Kent, life hangs in the balance. Lefty.
Yeah?
Listen closely. Make no mistakes. I think I have Kent where I want him.
Who is Kent?
The newspaper reporter responsible for my having lost the jewels. What difference does it make? You're being paid to take orders, not ask questions.
All right, okay.
Now, pay close attention. I think that I can get the jewels if I promise to release Miss Lane, the police commissioner, and the boy.
You're gonna let them go?
Don't be a fool. The testimony of any one of them would send me to the chair. I must never leave this house alive.
Well, how you gonna work it?
Very simply. When Kent returns with the jewels, I will somehow manage to maneuver him and Miss Lane to the trap door in the front room. Once I have all four of them down in the concrete tank, the rest will be easy.
Well, I told you that business don't sit right with me, Chief.
Well, isn't that too bad? You'll have to get over your squeamishness, Lefty. Now, don't forget, you're mixed up in this just as much as I am. Death in the electric chair isn't very pleasant.
You ain't got blood in your veins. You got ice water.
Well, maybe you're right. Now, listen to me. As I said, I'll get Kent and the Lane girl to the trapdoor. Just before I do, throw the switch controlling the iron bars so the tank will be open, ready to receive two more visitors.
Yeah? Then what?
Once the trapdoor is sprung, throw the second switch. That will slide the bars back over the top of the tank. Then get to the field behind the house as fast as you can. I will have my plane ready for a quick getaway.
Oh, well, what's the big rush?
The further away I am from the scene of the crime, the better I like it. Now, is it all straight in your mind?
Yeah, I guess so. First, I throw switch number 1. That slides the iron bars back. Then I throw switch number 2. That shoves the bars back over the tank.
Correct. Keep your wits about you. If we fail this time, we're through. If we succeed, there are millions in it. Stick close to those switches. Are you ready, Mr. Kent?
Miss Lane has been telling me how courteous you were to her.
He's a fiend, a madman.
Oh, I'm quite certain that Miss Lane is exaggerating. However, one thing has nothing to do with another. You see, she has not been harmed. It is as much as you can expect under the circumstances. Now, about the jewels.
They're in the car, parked on the road leading to this house.
I don't believe you.
You can see for yourself. We brought them along just in case we ran into anything like this.
Lying won't do you any good, Kent.
I'm not lying.
All right, we shall see. You and Miss Lane will accompany me to the car. This way, please. Follow me.
Are the jewels really in the car?
No, but I want to get him alone.
Hurry, Kent. I have no time to waste.
We're coming.
one moment while I turn on a light. This front room seems a little dark. There we are. Miss Lane, Mr. Kent, you may precede me out the door.
Come on, Lois.
Throw the switch, Lefty.
Right, Chief.
Very nice. Very nice.
Trapped in the concrete tank, Lois, Commissioner Malone, and Jimmy are in grave danger unless Superman can get them out. But does Clark Kent dare reveal himself as Superman? What will he do? Don't forget to tune in next time and follow the thrill-packed story with Superman.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman!
Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who wages a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. In an attempt to capture the Yellow Mask, dangerous international criminal, Kent, together with young Jimmy Olsen and Police Commissioner Malone, has tracked his quarry to a hideout in the woods, where Lois Lane, pretty girl reporter, is being held. But the mask was ready for them. Jimmy and the commissioner, entering through the front of the house, fell through a trapdoor into a deep concrete tank. A few minutes later, Kent and Lois Lane were lured to the same trap. As our story continues today, they have just fallen into the dark tank, unaware that Jimmy and the commissioner are already prisoners there. Listen.
Lois. Lois, you all right?
Oh, Clark.
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so. What happened?
We fell through a trap door.
Just like we did, Kent.
Commissioner Malone, is that you?
That's right, Kent.
Where's Jimmy?
I'm right here, Mr. Kent. Can't see anything. It's so dark. Oh, hello, Miss Lane.
Why, hello, Jimmy. How on earth did you get down here?
Through that same trapdoor. We heard Mr. Kent yelling for us, but we couldn't answer.
You couldn't? Why not?
The mask warned us not to. He threatened to wipe us out if we did. I thought it best not to take a chance. The man is a maniac. There's no telling what he'd do.
Oh, what's the matter, Commissioner?
He hurt his ankle.
No, it's nothing, Ken. Just a slight sprain.
Here, let me look at it.
I got some matches. I'll light one.
All right.
Here.
Pull the match higher, Jimmy.
It really isn't serious, Kent.
Oh, that ankle is more than sprained, Commissioner. Might even be broken. We've got to get you out of here.
Oh, don't worry about me. You have your hands full watching out for Jimmy and the young lady. How do you propose getting them out of this dungeon?
Well, I can climb up and open the trap door.
Oh, no, you can't. There are steel bars over the top of the tank.
Oh, how could there be? Lois and I fell through when the trap door gave way under us.
The steel bar slid across the top after you fell through. I'm afraid he's got us, Kent. Right where he wants us.
Well, what's going to happen when he doesn't find the jewels in the car?
Jewels in the car?
Yes, I told the mask the jewels were in the car. I wanted to get him outside alone.
Unfortunately, Mr. Kent, you are not successful.
Where's that voice coming from?
What difference does it make? All you are required to do is to listen. And listen carefully. This is your last chance. The last chance for all of you. I have reached the limit of my patience. You, Kent, and you, Commissioner Malone, are directly responsible for the lives of a young woman and a boy.
Don't let him threaten you that way, Clark. I'm not afraid.
Me neither.
Quiet.
I will give you one more opportunity to save those lives. Commissioner, where are the jewels?
Where you'll never lay hands on them.
Where are they?
You heard what I said.
Yes, but the answer to my question was not the one that I wish to hear.
Then I'll answer it. The jewels are locked in a safe at police headquarters. Does that satisfy you?
Perfectly, Mr. Kent. Now, perhaps, we can indulge in a little bargaining.
I don't bargain with rats.
Let him talk, Commissioner.
Yes. Permit me to speak my little piece.
Jimmy, the matches.
Now, as I was saying, you are all completely in my power. Unless you do as I say, the end is not far off. Soon you will need water to moisten your parched lips, and food to fill the aching void of your stomach. Soon you will grow weak from thirst and hunger. Are you listening? No sense of lighting matches, Kent. Both my voice and I are well beyond reach. Resign yourself to the predicament you are in.
All right. What do you want?
You know what I want. The jewels now reposing in the commissioner's secret headquarters.
How do you expect us to get them for you, even if we agreed to?
I have provided for that. Lefty, open the trap door. Lefty is about to lower a telephone into your cozy little prison. Commissioner Malone will call his office at headquarters and instruct one man to deliver the jewels to a place I designate.
You're mad if you think I'll do that.
We shall see how mad I am. Lower the phone, Lefty. There it is, Kent. Dangling in front of you. I will give the commissioner 60 seconds to make up his mind. Remember, just 60.
You can make it 60 hours for all the good it'll do.
Don't lose your head, Commissioner. Got to think this thing out. It doesn't take any thinking, Kent. I'll starve to death before I'll get into that maniac. Does he imagine for one moment that I would call headquarters and arrange for those jewels to be delivered here to him? If he does, he's crazier than I thought.
I grant you, he's crazy. That makes him all the more dangerous. We may have to agree to do as he says, at least temporarily.
What do you mean?
The minute is up. Have you made up your mind, Commissioner?
Yes, and it hasn't changed.
You refuse to call your office and have the jewels delivered to me?
Absolutely.
Very well. We...
Doing it, I know.
What are you talking about now, Ware? If this is a trick, you will all suffer for it.
It's no trick. Go ahead, Commissioner.
I'm doing this against my better judgment, Kent. Give me Metropolitan 4000.
You are to instruct one man to deliver the jewels to the crossroads, 1 mile beyond the Harley River Bridge. He is to come unarmed. If you issue any other instructions, you sign the death warrants of 4 people. You understand?
Hello. This is Commissioner Malone. Connect me with Captain Sullivan.
I shouldn't be doing this. All right, believe me.
Hello, Sullivan? I want you to do something for me. You remember that suitcase we put in the custodian's safe? Yes, the one with the jewels. Sullivan, I want you to get it and bring it to me.
Tell him he's to come alone, Commissioner.
You're to come alone, Sullivan.
And unarmed.
Don't carry a gun, Sullivan. Oh, never mind why. Do as I tell you. Now listen while I give you your directions. Take Route 14 to the crossroads a mile beyond.
Unable to change into Superman without revealing himself to Lois, Jimmy, and Malone, Clark Kent stands by while the police commissioner orders the jewels to be brought to the Yellow Mask. But evidently, Kent has some plan in mind. In the meantime, the Mask has sent his henchmen, Lefty and Joe, to stop the police car at the crossroads. They crouch in the darkness as the car approaches. Suddenly, they leap to the center of the road, waving flashlights.
Okay, copper, get him up. Who are you? Never mind, get him up.
No, wait a minute.
We ain't got no time to wait. Let him have it, Joe.
Right, Lefty.
Right on the conch. Nice work, Joe. Where's the suitcase?
Here.
All right, let me have it. Holy smokes, she's heavy. Let's see what's inside. Flash your light, Joe.
Okay.
Lamp that ice.
What a haul.
Why, this sparkler alone must be worth 10 grand if it's worth a nickel. And look at this one. Hey, Joe. I got an idea.
Yeah?
I got an idea we ain't turning this stuff over to the Mask.
Oh, what do you mean?
I mean we're keeping it for ourselves. I know a fence will give us better than 100 G's for it. That's 50 G's each.
Yeah, but...
There ain't no buts. The stuff don't belong to him. He got it the same way we're getting it.
Ain't that a double cross, Lefty?
So what? Come on, we're scrambling with this stuff. Haul the copper out of his car. We'll take it. Okay, go on, dump him in the bushes. That's it. Now get in. Make it fast. I've been waiting a long time for something like this.
Well, I may be stupid, Kent, but I still don't understand why you forced me to make that call to headquarters and have Sullivan bring the jewels. What do you expect to accomplish?
Keep your voice down, Commissioner. The mask probably has a dictograph planted somewhere in this concrete tank. Anyway, Lois and Jimmy have dozed off. Sheer exhaustion.
Well, I'm not a bit surprised.
Oh, neither am I.
Kent, these last few days have been a nightmare. And then to have it end up with all four of us imprisoned in this tank with no hope of escape.
I wouldn't say that.
You mean you think the mask will release us once he gets the jewels?
Well,
don't be a fool, Kent. I know his kind. I've dealt with him for 30 years.
No, I don't expect him to release us.
Then why? Why did you insist that I obey his orders and have the jewels presented to him on a silver platter?
Because the only way we'll ever convict him is to catch him with the goods.
But good heavens, man. How can we convict him if we can't even lay our hands on him? Kent, I believe you're out of your mind.
Not quite, Commissioner. How long has it been since you made that call to headquarters?
Over an hour.
Uh-huh. Captain Sullivan should be at the crossroads by now.
And then what?
Our friend the mask will be in for a little surprise. Why don't you try to get some sleep, Commissioner?
Sleep?
Yes.
With my ankle throbbing the way it is?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about your ankle. Does it hurt much?
Well, enough, Kent. Hey, what do you mean by a surprise?
I can't tell you now, Commissioner.
That's what you've been saying all along. Don't you think I have a right to know what's going on?
Be quiet. You're talking too loud. Jimmy's awake.
Hey, where am I? What's happened?
Everything's okay, Jimmy. Go on to sleep.
All right.
This much I can tell you, Commissioner. And you'll have to trust me for the rest. Once Captain Sullivan delivers the jewels, the yellow mask is in for a surprise. The biggest surprise of his life.
If Clark Kent is counting on the jewels being delivered to the Yellow Mask, he, too, is in for a surprise. For this very moment, Lefty and Joe are speeding towards the city with the precious gems. What will happen when the mask discovers he has been double-crossed? Tune in next time and follow the story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. The transcription feature, Superman! Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who fights a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Unable, without revealing himself as Superman, to rescue Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, and Police Commissioner Malone from a concrete tank in which the Yellow Mask had trapped them, Kent persuaded the commissioner to accept the mask's proposition. A telephone was lowered into the tank, and the commissioner called police headquarters, instructing one of his men, Captain Sullivan, to deliver a fortune in jewels to the mask in return for their freedom. As our story continues today, Lois and Jimmy have fallen asleep in the concrete tank, while Kent and the commissioner await developments. Suddenly, the mask's voice comes to them out of a hidden loudspeaker. Listen.
I warn you, Kent. If there has been any trickery, none of you will live to gloat over it.
How could there be any trickery? You heard Commissioner Malone talk to Captain Sullivan at headquarters. He told him to bring the jewels just as you instructed.
Yes, I heard that. But more than an hour has gone by since the telephone call was made. Where are the jewels?
Sullivan may have been delayed. Or maybe he's waiting at the crossroads now.
I sent two of my men out to meet him. They haven't returned.
That's not our business. We did as you said. Personally, I hope you never get the jewels. You're nothing but a thieving, half-mad murderer. And if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to see you burn in the electric chair.
Commissioner, please.
Really?
Lois and Jimmy are sleeping. Try not to wake them up. They need all the rest they can
On
get.
the contrary, Commissioner Malone, I think I shall have the pleasure of seeing you burn.
Kent, what does he mean? It's just an idle threat. The jewels will be here shortly.
I hope so, for all your sakes. I will return in 5 minutes.
Keep your voice down, Commissioner. I'd give my right eye to get my hands around his neck for just 10 seconds.
Well, you still may have that opportunity.
Kent, do you really think that we'll ever get out of here alive?
Of course. Once the jewels arrive.
Oh, yes. You mentioned something about a surprise for the mask once the jewels got here. What did you mean?
You'll find out. Just have a little patience.
And all the patience in the world will not reward Commissioner Malone. For unknown to Kent, the two men, Lefty and Joe, sent to the crossroads to meet Captain Sullivan, have double-crossed the Yellow Mask and are at this very moment speeding toward the city in Sullivan's squad car with the jewels. The police captain, left unconscious in the bushes at the side of the road, has recovered sufficiently to stagger to his feet and attempt to flag a passing car.
I'm Captain Sullivan of the city police. Yeah? 2 men knocked me out and stole my car. Good heavens. Can you get me to telephone?
Sure, hop in.
Thanks. Hello. Hello, operator. There's an emergency. Get me police headquarters. Sergeant Henley. Hello, Henley. Now listen carefully. This is Captain Sullivan. That's right, listen. I'm at Cedar Falls. 2 men held me up, knocked me out, and stole the squad car. Yes, they got the jewels, too. Sent out a general alarm. What? No, I couldn't see either of them. It was too dark. Too dark, I tell you. Now get that alarm out before they hit the city. Yes, that's where they were headed. Now don't waste any time, Henley. We've got some Hey, take it easy, Lefty. You're doing 70.
Sure, this cop buggy can travel. You ain't nervous, Joe, are you?
No, but if you blow a tire, we're cooked.
Well, I gotta make time with all this hot ice in the car. Hey, listen. Turn the radio on. Get some swing music. That'll take your mind off getting killed.
Oh, you can't get music on this kind of a radio. It's a shortwave set for police orders.
Well, turn it on anyway. Let's hear what the bull's got to say. I never thought I'd be driving a police buggy. Not in a million years.
General alarm 683W.
Listen.
Stop on sight. Squad car number 6.
See, none but cops orders.
Shut up.
Squad car number 6, license 58-32. Old man who was driving and his companion.
Hey, what are you stopping for?
He's talking about this car. Listen.
I will repeat. General alarm 683W. Stop on sight. Squad car number 6. License 58-32. Old man who was driving and his companion. That is all.
Turn it off.
What are we going to do?
I don't know, but there's one thing you can lay money on. We ain't driving this buggy into the city. You got your gun?
Yeah.
Okay, grab the suitcase and hop out. We'll roll this buggy off the road and down that incline. Then we'll stop the first car comes along and take it over. Come on. All right, come on back here and give her a push. That's it. She's rolling. Now a good one. There she goes. They won't find that jalopy for a long time. Hey, it's lucky we turned that radio on.
Lefty, I think I hear a car coming.
Yeah, you're right. Get over on the other side of the road. Flag him down with your light, but keep your gat handy in case it's a cop.
Okay.
He's coming fast. Start waving your light. He ain't gonna stop. Hey, you luckhead, what'd you shoot for?
I seen he wasn't stopping. I figured I'd scare him.
Yeah, so what did you do? You let him know there's a guy on the road here with a gat. He'll tell that to the first copper he meets, and before you know it, this place will be crawling with dicks. Grab that suitcase. We're heading cross-country through the woods. It ain't healthy around here no more.
This is Bill Breen, your radio reporter. One of the greatest manhunts in the history of the state is now in progress. More than 150 hand-picked members of the police department are searching for 2 armed desperados who held up a police squad car, bludgeoned Captain Michael Sullivan into unconsciousness, and escaped in the car. Officials will neither confirm nor deny the report that a fortune in jewels was being transported by Captain Sullivan and was stolen with the car. Possible clue to the whereabouts of the wanted man was provided by a motorist who reported he'd been shot at while driving along Route 14 near the Holly River Bridge. Police Commissioner Charles Malone, who's been mysteriously absent from his office for 2 days, could not be reached for a statement. Keep tuned to this station for further news.
Sure was tough hiking through them woods, Lefty.
Well, who told you to shoot at that car?
Oh, you don't have to keep talking about it, do you?
All right. What's that light up ahead?
Must be a farmhouse.
Well, we gotta get a car and get one fast. Maybe the farmer's got a jalopy. Come on, we sneak up behind the house.
Hey, is that a car standing in the yard?
Yeah, tin can.
What's the difference as long as it runs?
There ain't no difference. Look and see if it's got a key in it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we gotta get the key. Give me your gun. I don't trust you no more. Follow me. Wait a minute. Take a gander through the window.
See anything?
Yeah. An old geezer sitting by the stove.
Nobody else?
That's all. We're in luck. Come on. Okay. Open the door. All right, get your hands up, Pop. Where's the key to that jalopy you got standing out in the yard?
Now, listen, you can't... Oh.
What'd you knock him down for? I gotta get the key to his car.
There it is, Lefty. On the table.
Oh, well, grab it.
I got it.
Thanks, Pop. So long. All right, hop in, fast. Hope I can get this crate started.
There she goes.
Closing in on the two desperados who early tonight stole a squad car rumored to have been carrying a fortune in jewels. Curtis W. Bailey, a farmer in Harley Falls, informed the authorities his 1933 car was stolen scarcely an hour ago by two armed men. He gave the police a description of the men, and their arrest is expected soon. Keep tuned to this station.
Kent, I can't stand this much longer. My ankle is killing me.
Let me look at it.
Oh, that won't do any good. How long have we been down in this dark hole? It seems like days.
Oh, just a few hours. I'll light a match and look at your ankle. Well, the swelling doesn't seem to have gone down any.
It's broken. No, don't touch it.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, maybe I can set it for you.
Can't.
Take it easy now.
No.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Oh, it's a shame. Wait. That's a stroke of luck for us. Now, with Lois and Jimmy asleep, and Malone out for a while, I can break through this concrete as
Superman. This corner looks as good a place as any. What did the mask say? It was 6 feet thick? That shouldn't stop me. Here goes. Gotta take it easy. Don't want to wake Lois or Jimmy. Giving. There. That does it. A hole big enough to crawl through. What's that? Malone's coming too. I'll have to change back to Clark Kent.
Kent, where are you?
Right here, Commissioner.
And you'd better stay right there, Mr. Kent.
What?
I've got a double-barrel shotgun in my hands, and I'll blow everyone in that tank to kingdom come if you move an inch.
Does the mask know that Superman has forced an exit from the concrete tank? And what can Kent do now with escape so near and yet so far? Don't forget to tune in next time for the thrilling conclusion of the story with Superman.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who wages a never-ending battle against crime and oppression, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. When the Yellow Mask trapped Kent in a deep concrete tank in the basement of his hideout, the young reporter found it impossible to escape without revealing his identity as Superman to Lois Lane, young Jimmy Olsen, and Police Commissioner Malone, who were prisoners in the tank with him. But fortunately, Lois and Jimmy, both exhausted, fell asleep. That left only the police commissioner, who was suffering from a broken ankle. As Kent tried to set the ankle, the commissioner fainted from the pain. In a moment, Superman broke a hole through one side of the concrete tank. But just then, the voice of the Yellow Mask came booming out of a hidden loudspeaker. Listen.
Stay where you are, Kent. I've got a shotgun in my hands, and I'll blow everyone in that tank to kingdom come if you move.
Hey, what happened? Clark. Clark, where are you?
Right here. Nothing's happened.
That's what you think. Don't move, any of you.
Someone's thrown him.
Commissioner Malone. I stepped on his ankle and he fainted. See if you can help him, Lois.
Don't move, Miss Lane. My finger is not very steady on this trigger.
Clark, what'll I do?
Here you are. What's the idea of the shotgun? You know we're helpless down here.
The shotgun will just ensure you're being helpless until I decide how to get rid of you.
What do you mean?
I've just heard some disquieting news over the radio. News that concerns your fate and the fate of your friends.
Now, wait a minute. I don't care what you heard over the radio. We followed your instructions to the letter. You wanted Commissioner Malone to call police headquarters and tell one man to deliver those jewels to the crossroads.
But somehow you tricked me.
Oh, no. That's not true. You heard Malone make the call. He ordered Captain Sullivan to bring the jewels to the crossroads. That was all he said.
Then possibly you can explain why the two men I sent to meet Captain Sullivan are now being hunted by the police. Possibly you can explain why they haven't returned with the jewels.
Oh, maybe they decided to double-cross you and take the jewels for themselves.
What did you say?
I said maybe your own men double-crossed you and ran off with the jewels.
Ah, no, my friend. Nobody attempts that with the Yellow Mask. Nobody.
Oh, Clark, the commissioner's in pain.
Mask!
Yes, what is it?
Commissioner Malone broke his ankle when he fell through the trap door into this tank. He's suffering.
He won't be suffering very long. That much I can promise you.
He's not human.
Yes, Miss Lane, quite human. Human enough to suspect that your friend, Mr. Kent, and the worthy police commissioner have tried to trick me.
How could we?
I don't know, but there are sufficient grounds for suspicion. A report over the radio said that two men in possession of some jewels were being hunted by the police and are expected to be momentarily apprehended. If those are my men, something has gone wrong.
It's not our fault. Commissioner Malone followed your instructions.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. Under the circumstances, I shall be forced to leave here at once. Therefore, I find it necessary to destroy all the evidence that might be used against me. Unfortunately, Mr. Kent, you and your friends are that evidence.
You're mad.
No, just careful.
Now, wait. I warn you, Mask. If any harm comes to Miss Lane, or to Jimmy or the commissioner, you'll have someone besides the police to account to.
A very pretty speech, Kent. Very pretty.
It wasn't meant to be pretty. Of course, I know it's too much to expect from anyone like you, but the least you could do is give us time to live up to our part of the bargain.
Time? I've given you plenty of time. The jewels should have been here an hour ago. However, just to prove to Miss Lane that I am human, I'll give you 10 more minutes. I happen to have a clock handy. Hear it? 10 minutes, Kent.
As the clock slowly ticks the seconds away, and each passing moment brings Clark Kent closer to the time when he must reveal himself as Superman in order to save 3 lives, the masked henchmen Lefty and Joe, who, as we know, have double-crossed the mask and are fleeing with the jewels in an old stolen car, begin to lose their nerves. They hear the distant wail of police car sirens.
The cops are riding every road around here, Lefty. They'll nab us sure.
Ah, shut up.
I don't want to take no rap. They're right behind us. Let me out.
You stay where you are. There's a wagon road going into the woods. I'll turn in. Here we go now. All right, now just sit tight.
If they get us, we're sunk. Heaven is hot ice will send us up for 20 years.
Sit tight, I said. They can't see us.
Oh, what a break. They went right by. Let's get rid of this car, Lefty. It ain't safe. We can leg it through the woods.
And leave the jewels? Not me.
I don't want no part of them. They're too hot.
Take it easy, Joe. We'd be mugs to let loose of the stuff now we got our hands on it. Let me think.
It's too hot for me.
Hey, look. Look, here's what we'll do. We'll take it back to the mask. He's got an airplane. We can make a quick getaway. Give these cops the slip.
And then what?
Well, if the mask don't pay off the way we think he ought to pay off, we settle with him.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Oh.
Come on, let's get going.
I don't like the sound of them sirens. Hey, give me the willies.
All right, grab the suitcase.
Okay.
Now follow me.
Clark.
Yes, Lois?
Doesn't look very good, does it?
What do you mean?
Well, 10 minutes are almost up. Do you really think he'll do what he threatened? Get rid of us?
Don't you worry about that. Where's Jimmy?
Right here, Mr. Kent.
Here, take my hand.
Right.
That's the boy. Now listen to me. There's a hole in the side of this tank.
A hole? How did it get there?
Never mind that now. You crawl through first, Jimmy. And Lois will follow you.
Yeah, but what about you and Commissioner Malone? He hasn't come to yet. Yeah, he must have passed out completely from that broken ankle.
I'll take care of him.
Let Miss Lane go through, Mr. Kent. I'd rather stick with you.
No, Jimmy, you've got to go along with Lois to protect her. And somehow you both must find your way out of this basement. Be quiet and be careful. Chances are you'll find a flight of steps leading to the yard and back of the house. Hide there until I call you. No matter what you hear and no matter what happens. All right, now hurry. You first, Jimmy.
Okay.
Okay, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm through.
All right, Lois. And please don't worry.
I won't. We'll be waiting for you, Clark.
Right. I don't like them wandering around alone, but it's a chance I had to take. Now I can deal with the mask as he should be dealt with.
As Superman. First, I'll have to carry Malone through that opening. There. He won't be hit now in case the mask makes use of that shotgun.
Your 10 minutes are up, Kent.
Mr. Kent isn't here.
What's that?
I said Mr. Kent is gone.
What, you trying to pull another one of your tricks on me? Oh, no, this time it won't work. This is the end.
You're right, Mask. The end for you. Here I come, right through the iron bars covering the top of your tank. Up, up! No use shooting now. You're too late. Where are you? Oh, there you are, eh? Put that gun down.
Stand back. Stand back, I say.
You've given your last order, Mask. Now you're going to pay for everything.
Who are you?
What difference does that make? Give me that gun.
No, no.
Well, I see I'll have to take it away from you. And break it in two. Now I'll settle with you.
No, you'll kill me.
Frightened, aren't you? Trembling like a leaf. But you weren't frightened when you planned to murder 4 human beings in that concrete tank, were you? You didn't tremble when you lured those transport planes into that quicksand pit and buried people alive, did you?
I'll confess. I'll tell everything.
There's nothing you can tell that I don't know.
Boss, open up.
Who's that?
My men.
Well, that's very interesting. Maybe they have the jewels.
Boss, it's locked. Open up.
I'll open the door. Come in, gentlemen.
Hey, what is this?
I said come in. Must I help you? All right.
Hey, let go of me. My arm.
I see you have the suitcase containing the jewels. Very nice of you to bring it back. I'll take it.
Hey.
No, Lefty, no gun.
He's right, Lefty. If you want to remain in one piece, drop that gun. There, that's better. Now, just relax while I phone the police and ask them to pick you 3 up.
You can't pin nothing on me.
Oh?
Let him have it, Joe.
Oh, that's the way you want it, eh? All right, here goes. That gun won't help you, Lefty. Now, Mr. Yellow Mask, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time.
No!
That should keep the 3 of them quiet for some time. It looks like Superman's work is over.
Clark Kent can put the call into the police. Operator, get me police headquarters. That's right, police headquarters.
Mr. Kent, I still don't understand how you knocked the three of them out cold.
Wasn't so difficult, Jimmy. You see, I grabbed Lefty's gun and used it as a club. I guess I was pretty lucky.
Well, we were all lucky to get out alive.
Yeah.
I hope the commissioner's ankle's all right. They rushed him to a hospital.
We'll have to do a lot of explaining to Mr. White when we get back.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I called him. He was worried about us, but he's glad we're all right. And incidentally, he said there's a big story breaking. One of the biggest the Daily Planet ever handled.
Well, I wonder what it is.
We'll find out soon enough.
What is the story Editor White is referring to? Will it lead Kent, Lois, and Jimmy into more danger? Don't forget to tune in next time for the thrilling beginning of a brand new Superman adventure.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky! Look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.